And a pleasant good afternoon from a sun-drenched field here at Hambly in the mountains of Pikeville as we welcome you into Countdown to Kickoff here on the UPIKE Sports Network. James Collier and Charlie Pinson, happy to have you along with us. Homecoming for the Bears as they come back in to start AAC play with a visit from the Reinhardt Eagles. Reinhardt comes in with a record of 2-3. They took a tough loss last time out to Georgetown, 34-31. UPIKE still looking for its first win at 0-4, but they've lost 3 games by a total of 11 points, Charlie. And you look at the roster and the record between these two teams, a couple of comparable opponents that have been in there, including matchups with Cumberlands, in which Reinhardt got a victory in that one. But you really look apples to apples against that Georgetown game. 3-point loss last week for Reinhardt, 3-point loss for the Bears here a couple weeks back.
You know, that's true. The 2 games that they played common opponents, they had pretty close to the same thing. We did not see what happened there. We saw that offensively this team is probably the best team in the conference. You know, from the Bears, from looking at everything. And you look at some of the numbers. I was just looking at the passing numbers here earlier. You know, we've had 200 attempts, 118 receptions, and we've given up 113 attempts and 72 receptions on that one. But now Reinhardt comes in, and they've got a 2-quarterback system there. They've got the Taylor Jackson, who's 49 for 110, so a little less than 50%, and Stephen Craig, who is 56 for 117. As a team, they are 86 for 117. So, you know, there's a huge difference in the two teams as the way they play.
Yeah, it's interesting to see because you will, and we saw a little bit of a two-quarterback system here last year between Xavier Malone and Lee Kirkland before they finally settled in and stayed with Lee the rest of the way. But it's a team that you look at defensively. When you look at the Eagles, they give up nearly 255 a game on the ground, a stingy 157 through the air. And that's going to be a tale of the testament here because you look at what UPIKE wants to do. It's an air raid attack all the way across the board.
Yeah, if they can hold us to that kind of air through the air, we're in trouble.
I agree 100%.
I mean, there's no question, but I don't expect that. Nobody else has been able to. You know, Georgetown, pretty good team. We ranked in the top 3. I think we played them early on.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's one of the things you got to look at is this offense, if we can stop their run game, if we can actually stop their special teams, that's going to be a big test for us today.
That was the big thing I talked with Coach Phipps earlier this week when we met for our conference about the game and stuff, and he said they've got an elite kicking team. And the one thing that they were told is that they will not be doing today is the 2 return men, number 9, Tyshawn Jordan, number 10, Tyrese McKee. They are not to be kicked the ball at all. He said he doesn't care if they kick it out of bounds. You find an up man that you kind of say, hey, this is what it's going to be. But 9 and 10 are not to touch the football today on the kicking game.
Yeah. We were in that situation here a few years ago. We had an elite return guy here, and teams kept kicking to him. I walked to the coach and asked him why. I said, Jerry, why are they kicking him? He said, I don't know, but don't ask them. You know, one of those things. So finally a coach that understands it, don't give them that field position. Or actually they score off of it. They scored, what, three returns last week?
Yes. So I know that was one of the things that he pointed out of what they do defensively. A 4-down set. They've got some really solid linebackers. They'll play a lot of man free. They'll drop into some 2 deeps when they get into long down situations. But when you get man free, that's when you can win your one-on-one battles. And one of the guys who's been doing that a lot in his career here has been Diego Soto.
Yes.
99 career catches. He's going to become the 8th person in program history to go to the century mark. And then the guy tossing him the ball, we talked about this last home game. It's here. He's 198 yards away from rewriting every record in the book except for interceptions.
Yes.
That's what he needs to tie Trevor Hoskins. 199 will push him over the record.
Yeah, I was looking at it. And, you know, like I say about Lee, we talked about him. He's just kind of that guy that doesn't lose games for you, but all of a sudden now he's become this star. You know, when he first came here, that was the big kick on him is, you know, he's not the guy that's going to come out and win you big games, throw the big plays. He's going to be steady Eddie and just take you down the field and do everything the right way. Well, now he's gotten really comfortable at that position, and he's got that demeanor that he's looking to throw the ball all over the field.
And that's what he's been doing a really good job of this season. Had a tough outing when they went to Cumberland's. That was the first interceptions that he had thrown the whole season. He's 11 and 16 touchdown to interceptions, 1,337 yards, 118 for 200. Last week, 337, 26 of 50, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks, had a rushing touchdown as well. Really solid game against these against this team last year when they played down in Georgia. 19 of 34, 243, 3 touchdowns through the air. He rushed for 2. It was an overtime thriller. Went double overtime, and the Reinhardt team got the stop. Go with a big fade in the back of the end zone. Still was whether question was it was caught or not, because the camera angle was so far away it was hard to tell. But either way, they picked up their 6th win over UPIKE in as many meetings. 7th all-time meeting between these two teams that started back in 2015. They played all the way through 2019, and then haven't played until last year. Now, this starts the second half of the season. This is AAC play. This is conference play. This is when it matters.
This is the real deal now. We're ready to play for the money, as they say. Those other games were practice coming into this, but the Bears got a lot of experience in close games. They've lost 3 on the last possession. And
that's the big thing. You go back to that Campbellsville game, first game of the season, looked like that they had that one iced away for what was going to be a victory, came up short on that one. And then the Georgetown game, and another one that just was right there for the takings. He couldn't finish it up. And then last week with Faulkner, got into a shootout with them and came up short there at the end.
Yeah, just a crazy season. This team was picked to be one of the top teams in the conference, one of the top 2 in the conference. These are the 2 top teams in the conference preseason.
Yes.
So, and it just hasn't happened for them. Offensively, moving the ball all over the field. Special teams has made a few mistakes, and not a lot, just at inopportune times.
Yeah, those inopportune times have been the final 2 minutes of the football game. That was what the bugaboo was when they fell against Campbellsville. There was an inopportune time there against Georgetown, and then last week just a couple of opportunities that slipped away late that allowed Faulkner to get the win on the road. We send our thoughts and prayers out to Montreat College this evening as they all of the money being taken in at the gate today, as well as some of the sales that's going on. All of that will be going to help the Hurricane Helene efforts down in Montreat. I know I do a lot of coverage for KCU up back home. They were supposed to play volleyball last night against KCU. They had to cancel that game. They can't travel. And I was talking with Coach Phipps. He said there may be people that don't go back into residence down there this year.
You look at a lot of the things like Asheville and all those places down there. Asheville completely surrounded. You can't get out, and they're not going to get the highways open until at least 2024 to get into these towns. I mean, it's just an awful. We were in it in London last weekend for a festival. 60 miles an hour winds coming through downtown London. And a hurricane that moved up at about 40 miles an hour and moved from Florida to Kentucky overnight.
Yeah,
amazing.
It was unbelievable. So UPIKE will kick to start things off. As we mentioned, the 2 return guys, they've only got the 1 back for the moment. That's Tyshawn Jordan. They'll run 3 men across the middle as Austin Shuffler will set it on the tee at the 35-yard line, and we are ready for football here at Hambly and a sun-drenched field for homecoming. Shuffler kicking right to left. Pooch kick near sideline, and it's fielded at the 19. And it gets taken to the far sideline and dropped right there as Ethan Crumsley making the return. And that's the thing you want to do. Don't kick it to that speed guy in the back. Find 3 of those guys that's on that up line and let one of them have to do a return. So here come the visiting Reinhardt Eagles as they'll set up right in between the hash marks, donning those gold and blue jerseys. And Taylor Jackson, the senior quarterback out of Guyton, Georgia, will start things off with an offset pistol. They'll run a man in motion. They'll give it off to Jordan on an end around. Jordan finds a crease, and down the sideline he goes. 1 man to catch him, and they're not going to get him. Jordan is going to the house on the first play from scrimmage. 73 yards on the end around, and that quickly Reinhardt leads it 6-0.
Wow. Tell you right there, just got to stay home on that defensive end and not let them get that corner. That's a big play right there. Now, your job is to turn stuff like that back into the middle.
So Alex Hansen, the freshman out of Lawrenceburg, Georgia, for the extra point attempt. Reinhardt wasted little time finding points on the first play from scrimmage. Ball is up and is good. 7-0 our score. 18 seconds into the ball game, and now UPIKE has to figure some stuff out real quickly on the offensive side of things.
Well, just an amazing start for Reinhardt there. You did what you wanted to do. You stopped their return game, but then you gave up the big play on the ground.
Last year, Jordan, 2 catches for 27 yards. And he showed exactly why that they do not want to kick him the football.
Yes.
But now they got to figure out a way to keep the football out of his hands. And when he does touch it, they've got to rally to the ball.
Yeah, you got to find him wherever he's at. Either that or recruit him.
Yeah. One or the other. You've got to figure out a way to flip the script somehow. So now the Bears, Quincy Clark will go back deep. Taylor Fries, and also back there is Javion Sharp, excuse me. They'll boom it to the far sideline. Shepard backpedals. That ball is a live ball as he has to pick it up inside his own end zone. Finds an outside lane coming near side. Delivers a stiff arm at the 20 and gets chased out of bounds. But what started to be a disaster, Carter Hicks will slow it down and chase him out of bounds. And the Bears will have their first offensive possession, trailing 7-0.
And he was one block away from breaking that one as well.
So they'll give him the 23-yard line, near side, and here come the graduate student, I should say, of Lee Kirkland. 199 yards he needs to set the all-time career yardage record here in Pikeville. 4 down lineman. He'll zip it out quickly. There's Diego Soto's 100th catch of his career. A nice shifty move from the senior out of Orange Park, Florida, as he goes out to the 40-yard line and a 17-yard gain, 1st and 10 Bears.
This could be a game of big plays because Soto was just a fraction away from getting that one.
Soto, 1,160 yards, 7th in the career book, 6th with 13 touchdowns in his career as well. Handoff, Williams. Williams off right tackle. He'll get to the 40, maybe the 41.
They're going to give him 41.
So a gain of 3 on the play, 2nd and 7. Actually now, they'll go 3. Inside of 14 to go here in the opening frame. 7-0 Reinhardt as they scored on their first offensive possession on a 73-yard run from Tyus Jordan. Here's Soto. Makes the grab, slips a tackle, and then gets taken down after crossing the midfield stripe down to the Eagles' 49-yard line. Another Bears first down.
Bears running pace right now, just trying to, keep them off their game a little bit defensively.
Not a cloud really to be seen in the sky except
Beautiful
for a few little
afternoon,
cotton clouds out there. Nice and warm, but not too sticky, and a very slight breeze to speak of. Trips right, 1 left on the boundary. Kirkland zips this one out to Soto. Soto in the slot, comes back across the midfield stripe and picks up a couple. Nice open field tackle on the far side there. As Jeremiah Rowe, the junior out of Atlanta, Georgia, comes in for the stop. 2nd down.
Bears are getting what they want offensively right now, getting some good looks.
They're going to bring out the tight end of Grant Scott. Jalen Royal Island comes on, the junior out of Youngstown, Ohio, who has had a big year for this team. They'll go trips to the wide side left, 1 to the boundary. Soto goes in motion. Kirkland looking this near side, zips it back inside on a quick slant to Soto. Soto lowers the shoulder, gets triple teamed as he's dragged to the ground. The first man there on the initial hit was Namari Jenkins, and it'll bring up 3rd down and short.
Put him at just shy of the 40-yard line.
So inside the 41-yard line, just to the center part of the field of the left sideline, inside of 12 to go. Make it 3rd down and 1 for the Bears coming up. 49.1% on the season, 26 of 53 on 3rd down conversion attempts. Kirkland empties the backfield. He'll call his own number. He's got first down yardage and more as he dives right up the middle, comes near sideline, and moves the sticks on a Bears first down.
Needed a yard, picked up 5.
And that's something when you get a guy like Ali Kirkland, 265 pounds, you're not going to arm tackle him. And we saw an arm tackle attempt right there, and he ran through it.
Well, the thing, too, about him, what do? If you come pressure him, he'll burn you. So you got to respect both run and arm on him.
Williams in his left pocket. 3 hats down now for the visiting Eagles. They'll move Soto in motion. Kirkland on first down and 10. Pressure coming off the edge. He'll step up. Looks to the far sideline. He'll get the far sideline. 30, 25, and then steps out of bounds just shy of the 20. So Lee Kirkland showing off the legs today.
And a nice block by Diego Soto.
And I liked how Lee was very patient there, allowing that block to get there before he got the edge. Probably got him an extra 6-7 yards. So another first down for the Bears as they'll put him right at the 20-yard line. They'll put him rich at the 21, actually. So knocking on the orange zone door here. Soto moves in motion. Kirkland wanting to throw on first down. Trying to go to the back corner of the end zone. He was looking far sideline as the intended receiver was Jordan Williams. He got locked up and could not get a free release as it was Brighton Peters, the junior out of Gadsden, Alabama, that slowed him down. Second down on the incompletion.
So far, they've got what they want moving the football, and Diego Soto has done it all here so far.
Island goes to the far side. That's the boundary left. He'll start over with Jordan Williams. Near side will be
officials switching footballs out for some reason.
Nicholas Bengala, a redshirt freshman of Youngstown, Ohio. He's joined with Brandon Newton. No DeAndre Stafford, who suffered a season-ending knee injury last week. Here's Kirkland. Little bubble screen. Drops it off to Williams, and he gets upended. Really good job defensively there by Carter Hicks, 5'9" freshman out of Birmingham, out of the linebacking core. Third down.
Let that screen develop well, though, but he just blew it up.
We'll go across 10 minutes on the snap on this one. Bears 4 first downs in the ball game thus far. They'll look at a 3rd and 8 on this one. Soto goes in motion. Kirkland on 3rd down. Looking left, zips it left, has it there, and it was broken up. Defended nicely by Kish Wright, the junior from Dayton City, Georgia. So 4th down coming up. The Bears 5 of 15 for 40% on 4th down conversions this season. I would say right on the boundary line of a field goal attempt, sitting at the 19. 4th down and 8, the offense staying on the field. Three receivers wide left, 1 to the boundary right. 3 hats down for the Eagles. Soto in a deep motion now. Kirkland on 4th down. Stands high in the pocket, surveys, zips it far sideline, has his man there who makes the grab at the 10-yard line and then is wrestled to the ground.
Oh, I think he got a bad spot.
Jordan Williams makes the catch.
I thought they let him pull him back.
They let him pull him back. They're going to – Coach Corey Phipps is down the sideline saying, you got to give my man forward progress there. So the turnover on downs, he made the catch at the 10 or the 11.
I thought he did too. I agree with you. I think they're
going to spot him back where he was tackled at the 14. That's not even close. That's awful.
That should be in the discussion by the officials right there.
If he made a football move to get to that point, then, yeah, it counts. He was not making a football move.
Fighting for his life.
So the turnover on downs, handoff to Jamarian Walker as he'll roll across the 15 for a couple. Walker, 5'6", 231-pound junior out of Cook County, Georgia. Last week, 6 carries for 48 yards. He's got 2 rushing touchdowns on the season for 155. No Tyshawn Jordan on the field for the moment, as they'll stay with Walker in the backfield with Taylor Jackson, the quarterback. 2nd and 7 after the gain of 3. Three hats across the line for the Bears. Jackson sticks it in the belly of the tailback as he slips free at the 30, at the 25, gets out to the 30, and moves the sticks. Second first down of the ball game for the Eagles. David Friedberg coming into the ball game. He's also joined with Jordan Gant. He'll be on the near side. Ball right between the hash marks. 7-0 Eagles. Looking for more here on this series. Xavier Walker is an H-back from the tight end position. Two high safeties for the Bears. Jackson on 1st and 10. Play action, zips it out near side. Friedberg has it. He gets dragged to the ground. Javion Shepard, the senior out of Richmond, California, read it like an open book and a great open field tackle.
Yeah, and he's got Friedberg lifting a little bit, limping.
Excuse me, I saw the number the wrong way. It was Karan Thrower actually making the stop. I couldn't see the actual turn of the 4 there. It looked like a 1. So Karan Thrower, the senior out of Fairfield, California, making the stop. A loss of 3, 2nd, 13. Inside of 8 minutes to play here in the opening frame. Quarterback keepers. Jackson faked the handoff to McKee and then turns it up the far sideline into the hashes. They'll be short of the marker to gain. No, they're already moving the sticks. Brett Coleman on the stop. They'll get him out to the 39. First down and 10, Eagles.
They're going spread now.
Three to the right, 1 to the left. Bears with 4 hats. Botch snap. It goes off the tailback's helmet into the hands of Taylor Jackson as he'll secure it back in and pick up a couple. Jaden Ponder, the man that was back there with him. So gain of 3 on the botch snap. Makes it 2nd down and 7. 6:30 to go here in the opening quarter. Reinhardt scored on its first snap and looking for more here on this one after the Bears turned it over on downs. Pressure coming off the edge. Wide open man to the far sideline. He makes the grab. That's Cedric Cullors going up and hanging on through contact. Brett Coleman, the safety the junior out of Belfry, comes across and knocks him out of bounds, but not until to move the sticks and another first down. Their 4th of the ball game.
I guess they said his feet hit the ground before he went out of bounds. It didn't look like it, but yeah.
Looked like his backside hit the far sideline before the feet got down because he was well up there trying to pull that one back in. Two receivers to the right. They'll move a man in motion. This time it's Stephen Craig who's in the ball game as he fakes the handoff and darts right off the left tackle. He's inside the 35 down to the 33. And another first down for the Eagles who are just marching it right down the field. Craig, a 5'11 junior out of Hampton, Georgia. 290 yards, 2 passing touchdowns on the season, and a pistol look. He'll turn, give it off to his tailback as he lowers his shoulder and goes off right guard and gets the 30-yard line, and that's going to be it. Last man off the pile, there's Jeff Flowers, the graduate student out of Montgomery, Alabama, the transfer from Alabama State. Jamarian Walker on the carry there. 2nd down 8 as they line it up quickly with trips to the near side and attach tight end to the left. Craig on 2nd down. Zips it out near sideline and leads his receiver way too far out in front. He was looking for Gentry Sherman. Passes incomplete. 3rd down. And now here comes Taylor Jackson back in for Stephen Craig. I feel for stat guys in games like this when you've got 2 quarterbacks rolling in and out.
Oh, yeah. And so quickly, too.
Yes. Bears defensively this season giving up 3rd downs 51% of the time. Big stop here to try to keep this at only a long field goal attempt at best. Pistol look this time, as Ponder will go directly behind Jackson. They'll give it off to him. He finds a crease, comes right up the seams, crosses the 25. He'll get the 24, maybe the 23, and it's going to bring up fourth down. And the offense for the Eagles looks to be on the field for the moment. Here comes the big 231-pound tailback of Jamarian Walker back in the ball game on 4th down and 1. This is where the bigs up front have to get bigger.
Yes.
This is a war in the trenches right here. My bigs against your bigs. Who can make the stop? 4:30 to go in the first. 7-0 Reinhardt facing a 4th down and 1, leading 7-0. Walker in the left pocket of Jackson. The low snap, the give to Walker, and Walker stood up. He's not going to get him. He got met in the hole, as leading the charge was the junior out of Huntsville, Chuck Moore. A good push on that defensive line that allowed Chuck Moore to come through, and he meets Walker in the hole, and a turnover on downs for the Eagles.
I tell you, maybe that's what they need to get them fired up, ready to get back into this one mentally. Only down 7-0. Game still well within.
Now, here's my question. Where was Tyson Jordan? He was not on the field on a single snap that series.
That is unusual, isn't it?
73 yards on the first play from scrimmage, and he's not on the field since.
I hope he's all right for next week.
Yeah, next week I hope he's perfect.
Still on oxygen, you're saying?
So the Bears will take over after a loss of 1. 1st down and 10 on their own 24. Shifting things to the right with Williams. They'll give it to Williams as he comes to the left. Bounces off of Grant Scott, makes a man miss. He's across the 40 and then gets shoved out of bounds into the Bears sideline as a great run turns into a long run and a 1st down and 10 for the Bears.
Tell you, we needed that right there, get some offense going here.
I've got a man on the field with no name on the roster. 27, I have no idea who he is. They take all week to send a roster and can't even put everybody on it. 1st down and 10 from the 49 for the Bears. Handoff again, Williams. Williams finds a little slither right up the middle, loses the football. Diving on it is Reinhardt Smith, the redshirt freshman out of Dallas, Georgia. As the Bears avoid disaster there and maintain possession after crossing the midfield stripe. But he had gotten to the 45, lost the football back at the 48 for the Eagles. Either way, it's 2nd down.
Still a gain of 3, though.
So 2nd down, 7. Two receivers right with an H-back. Tyrese Christian in the backfield, and now we've got people moving all over the place and flags flying to the moon.
Well, if you didn't see it, when all of them start pointing at it, why do you throw your flag? They'll
get the infraction against Micah Lee, a graduate student out of Louisville, pride of Fern Creek High School. He plays as the right tackle. So as the motion started happening, I'm guessing they're saying that he flinched in the process of the motion going. So 5-yard penalty, backs it up behind the sticks, 2nd and 12 for the Bears, trailing 7-0. 3 minutes to go here in the first. Kirkland in an empty set now. 4 hats across the line, 3 down linemen. Kirkland, 3-man rush, looks right, fires right down the seam. He's got his man there. That's got to be a penalty. They were looking for Jordan Williams. On the back end was Jeremiah Rowe, who went headhunting, and he comes up still down on the field after the big collision there with Williams. Holding his left hip. So an injury timeout with 2:51 to go in the first quarter. We're back after this on the UPIKE Sports Network. Jeremiah Rowe taken to the sideline under his own power after a tough hit there. We'll keep an eye on him as he tries to make a return, but a big hit there that jars the ball loose for Jordan Williams. So makes it 3rd down and 12 for the Bears from their own 47. 2:51 to go on arrested clock here in the first quarter, trailing 7-0. Tyrese Christensen in the backfield with Lee Kirkland. 3-man rush. Kirkland stands in the pocket, now rolls out right. Penalty marker flies, and he's just going to sling it to the near sideline. The closest man there was Tyrese Christensen, but that's coming back for a hold.
I'd say they'll deny that and go 4th down.
It's going to be on, should be on Micah Lee. I believe he was the guy back there. And that's who it was. Anytime you get a player that close to the quarterback and a penalty marker comes in, it's almost a hold every single day.
Oh, yeah.
So they will decline the penalty and take the result of the play. So 4th down, and the Bears will have to punt it away. It's crazy how this game started off with like your hair on fire, and all of a sudden now it's just turned into a defensive stalwart.
Yep.
Cedric Cullors will go back to return. And Alex Hatton, the redshirt freshman out of Mount Sterling, the transfer out of Lindsey Wilson, back to kick. And we got movement on the far sideline as the Bears right man on the line of number 93, Amonte Altman, moved before the snap.
Well, I don't think anybody knows where the line of scrimmage is at because the box is moving over there.
So they moved it back to the 43. Should have gone to the 42, by the way. It was at the 47-yard line. That was only a 4-yard movement. A low driving kicks, driving the return man back to his 15, and then dives forward across the 25, gets taken down just shy of the 30. 7-0 our score. 2:31 to go here in the opening frame.
See, Reinhardt's been able to move the football. They've got the opening play for a touchdown. Since then, it's been just a struggle for both teams offensively.
You look at the total yards in the football game, 135, 73 of those coming on the first play. So Taylor Jackson starts in the backfield, moves Cullors in motion into the slot. The low snap, play action. Going for the deep ball, looking downfield for Tyshawn Jordan, and he overthrows him. Step for step in coverage downfield was Clayton Hutto, the freshman out of Thomasville, Georgia, 2nd down. I guess we found out that Mr. Jordan is just fine.
Yeah.
You can see his speed. He has that elusiveness.
Yes.
You get a step, and it's going the other way.
And they look for him when he's on the field, that's for sure.
They'll put him in the slot on the far sideline, 2nd down and 10. So they're going heavy up front. Low snap, and Taylor Jackson is going to get swallowed up. As getting home was Caleb Anderson, the freshman out of Thomasville, Georgia. 7 tackles and a tackle for loss last week. He's going to pick up another one here, and it's going to be 3rd down and long. All the way back to the 25-yard line. They need the 38 to move the sticks. McKee and Jordan come to the near side, joining them over here as well. Got a man in between. Jackson surveying, comes near side. That was nearly picked off. Was looking for Tyrus McKee. On the backside there was Hutto. Pass is incomplete. It's 4th down.
Yeah, that was close.
Damani Taylor was the man lined up. Again, he was not listed on the travel roster and may have had some late additions or subtractions from that. So a good stop by the defense as they'll get the football back, trailing 7-0 with 95 seconds to play here in the opening frame. Bears came after that one, and
that's
a booming kick as Colby Harrison hangs one high. Tyler Freese brings it across the 30, but a nice play downfield again by Carter Hicks as he's made two dynamic tackles in the open field, one on Javion Shepard and that one there on Freese, and has UPIKE backed up once again as they'll start it, looks like at their own 33.
See if they can get some kind of rhythm on the offensive end here.
Three receivers to the far side, Island in the slot. Excuse me, now Soto in the slot, my mistake. Amon Williams in the backfield to the left side of Kirkland. Kirkland fires it out to Soto. Soto makes a cut inside, spins, loses the football. And Jalen Royal Island was able to jump on top of it. And what had turned into a nice gain is going to now put the Bears behind the sticks after a loss of one on the fumble recovery.
That's two.
Made a nice cut upfield, and in the process of doing it, just lost the football. So actually we'll spot it back at the original line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play. Second down 10. Empty set now for Kirkland. Three receivers to the wide side left. One high safety is Chi Osborne. Kirkland slings it near sideline. Soto had it and has it knocked out of his hands on the hit. In coverage on the near side was Amari Jenkins. So third down and 10, clock resting 43 seconds. Left to go here in the first. We'll check in with Coach Corey Phipps and our Morgan Dixon at the end of each quarter today. Third down and 10 for Kirkland. Kirkland rifles this one to the far sideline, and it's out of bounds, looking for Yakari Baker. Fourth down and a quick 3-and-out for the Bears. Just a simple up and out route, but Baker was nowhere near the sideline when he had to go after that one and couldn't haul it in.
Let's see if Reinhardt comes after this punt here.
So Jay Colbert will stand back near his 25. And Alex Hatton to boom this one away. 10 men across the line. Low wobbly kick. Colbert to run under it at the 32. Nice shifty move at the 40 and gets out near midfield. 7-0. Reinhardt, 27.9 seconds to go in the first. And they've got the ball right at midfield.
Yeah, they got great field position here.
So Taylor Jackson will bring his crew out after the electric play on the first play from scrimmage. It's been the defense kind of standing tall on both sides since. Jai Colbert, the junior out of Athens, will start in the backfield in a pistol look. Will turn, give it off to him. He turns downfield, loses the football.
They're going to say he's down.
Right there off the bottom of the pile was Ben Tate. So they'll give him a gain of 1 second down, 9, and that should take us to the second quarter of play. Reinhardt leads this one 7-0 after scoring on the first play from scrimmage on the end around from Tyshawn Jordan for 73 yards. So we'll wait for Coach Phipps to make his direction toward Morgan, and we'll get a quick word from him and get you ready for the second quarter of play. Homecoming for the Bears here this afternoon. And Coach is not going to make it down there, as I do not even see him roaming on the sideline. We'll take out for a break. We're back for the second quarter after this on the UPIKE Sports Network. Second quarter ready to get underway with second down and 9 for the visiting Eagles. As Jackson fakes the handoff, pinballing right up the gut. He's got first down yardage and more as he drives the pile across the 40, just shy of the 35, and another first down and 10 for the visiting Eagles. Sixth first down of the ball game as Taylor Jackson just rumbled and stumbled on the little fake handoff, and we've seen both quarterbacks, Charlie, show their legs off here in the first half of this ball game.
You know, they've done a good job with it, moving the football. Hopefully they stay out of that orange zone again.
On first down and 10 at a pistol look. Hand off to Colbert. Colbert dancing off the right edge. Cuts back inside across the 30 down to the 28. That's a gain of 9. They'll move him back to the 28-yard line, so make it second and 1, actually, I believe.
Yes.
Two receivers right, one to the boundary left. That's Gant. Colbert stays in the backfield. They'll go in the left pocket of Taylor Jackson here on second down. Three hats across the line, a four-man blitz coming off the edge. Jackson gets free after UPIKE had him hit in the backfield. It was Ben Tate that missed. And Jackson will move the sticks as he gets down inside the 25, and Tate's slow to come to his feet.
He had him.
So looking at some numbers in this one, 142 yards of rushing, 73 of those on one play for the visiting Eagles. They've thrown the ball for 13 total yards. And coming into this ball game, they were averaging 135 on the ground, 149 through the air.
Yeah, Bears offense is they've been kind of weak today, unusual.
Yeah, 17 plays for 91 total yards for UPIKE right now. It's been kind of stuck in a little bit in neutral, if you will, especially after that last 3 and out that was just boom, 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 and off the field. This is not a day you want your defense having to sit out there for 30 minutes.
No.
So first and 10 from the 24, near side hash for Jackson out of the gun. Hands this one off to Colbert. He'll spin off the right edge and gets sandwiched there.
Looks like
Chucky Moore was in there on the stop.
Like no gain on the play.
Caleb Anderson also there, two of the members out of that linebacking core in the interior. 2 minutes gone here in the second quarter. 7-0 our score. That's what it's been since the first snap by the Eagles. Stay tuned with us at the half. Homecoming ceremonies here on the campus. It's been a few weeks since the Bears have been home. Jackson on second down. Eyes down the center of the field. Now steps up and gets wrapped up from behind. A nice shoestring tackle there by Jeff Flowers, defensive end out of Montgomery, Alabama. They're going to take him to the 21-yard line. They'll make it third down and long. Reinhardt 0 for 2 today on third down conversions.
See if Bears bring a little bit of pressure on him here.
Tyshawn Jordan is on the outside to the far sideline. Twin set bunched up. Blitz coming. They dump it under the middle. Quickly, they were looking for Tyrese McKee, and it was nearly picked off. Karan Thrower had it on his hands and couldn't haul it in.
He's beating himself up right now.
But the Bears dial up the pressure and bring the blitz. Don't get home, but they make him throw it a little bit too quick. And now the field goal unit will come out, and Alex Hansen, 4 for 5 this season, is long of 47. Made a 24-yarder last week. This one will be a 39-yarder right down the middle. The holder is Colby Harrison, the punter. So a 39-yarder toward the indoor facility, plenty of leg. And that one's wide left. So the Bears defense stands tall again.
Got rewarded on that one, too.
Chris Elliott's defense dials up the blitz at the right time to force Jackson to get rid of that one a little bit quick. So we stay at a 7-0 ball game in just a few minutes inside of the start of the second quarter. Now let's see if the offense can catch fire.
You know, if they can get in rhythm, they can move it down the field quickly.
Yeah, it's the chunk plays. You know, that you can. I will say this: from the last time that we had this team here tonight, I can tell a big difference with the loss of DeAndre Stafford.
Oh yeah,
they're searching for that guy, a senior that had so much game experience. I mean, he's in the top 10 in a lot of categories on the receiving side of things. Hated to see him lost, but you can tell the difference of him not being out on the field.
They're really dependent on Soto right now.
Kirkland on 1st down and 10. Zips it out near side, Jordan Williams. Williams up the sideline, runs out around the 30 into his bench. He was chased by Jawan Perkins, the sophomore out of Marietta, Georgia. Nice gain on 1st down as they'll take him out to the 29-yard line. So a gain of 7, 2nd down 3. Make it 4 now, excuse me. Just looking across. No, it's 3. They're at the 32 on the far side. Trips left, 1 right. Kirkland fakes the handoff, takes the 1st down yardage, and a baseball slide right down the middle of the hash marks. Little RPO action there for Kirkland. 1st down and 10, Bears.
Nice read to see that open space because there was nobody there.
Everybody converged on Williams, thinking the handoff was coming, and just pulls it out and goes right down the field. Defense scrambling to get set. They'll zip it out quickly to Soto in the near flat. Soto cuts in, a little dance move at the 40, and another nice open field tackle right in front of the Bears bench. As that was Namari Jenkins making the stop out to the 40 on a gain of 5, 2nd down 5.
This is more what the UPIKE offense should look like, quick hitters.
Soto with 6 catches in this ball game. 3 receivers left with an H-back of a tight end of Grant Scott. Mon Williams will push it off to the left side as well. 4 hats across the line. Handoff Williams. Williams finding a crease. He gets met in the hole as Keon McGee made the stop before he could turn downfield, but the Bears pushing the pile forward. They've blown it dead back at the 45 as the ball came loose at the end. So they'll put it out to the just shy of the 45, and it's going to be 3rd down. Just short by about a half a yard. No index cards needed just yet.
No, not yet.
Bears will bunch up here. This is Lee Kirkland's bread and butter. This is the mountain version of the tush push. 265, just lean forward, and it moves the sticks and another 1st down.
I'll tell you what, had 10 men in the line of scrimmage. He pushed them for yards.
7th 1st down of the ball game. Both teams with 7 1st downs in this contest. We'll go inside of 9:30 to play here in the first half. 7-0. Bears still trail it.
If he could have stepped back and thrown it to the receiver, there's nobody over to tackle him.
3 receivers wide left, 1 to the boundary right. That's Williams. Soto goes in motion. Kirkland scrambling, tries to throw it, getting rid of it very quickly. Williams was in the area. Kirkland gets a big pop in the backfield as untouched was Emmanuel Olatane. 6-foot junior out of Marietta, Georgia, defensive end. He came in and planted the big quarterback to the turf.
But a brilliant decision. He threw it right at the feet of an intent. Nobody's going to catch it, but he got him close enough to the receiver.
Clock resting, 9:16 to play in the first half. Second down 10 for the Bears from their own 46. Kirkland, swing pass out to the far sideline. A juggling catch there by Williams. He gets tripped up at the 49, just shy of midfield on a gain of 3. It's third down. And we got a Bear player down on the far sideline. Injury timeout for the night, or for the Bears. We'll take it as well. Back after this. 9:01 to go here in the first half on the UPIKE Sports Network.
Don't let
Achieve your dreams at the University of Pikeville.
Back here at Hambly, and the player that was down after the play there being helped to this sideline by the medical athletic training staff is the senior Diego Soto.
He's putting weight on it now, though.
He was not when he first got to his feet, so certainly hope that maybe it was just like a knee to a knee or something, maybe hyperextended or something, but you lose DeAndre Stafford, you can't afford to lose somebody like that guy there.
6 catches, 41 yards right now.
So third down and 7 for the Bears from their own 49. Kirkland in an empty set. Trailing 7-0. Blitz coming off the edge. Kirkland sees it, brings it out to Grant Scott. Scott's got first down yardage and more. Right down the center of the field he goes. He's down to the 30-yard line. Move the sticks, another Bears first down.
He's a load to bring down, isn't he?
Kirkland did a great job picking up the blitz as they came off the corner. Found his relief port of Grant Scott, and Scott hauls in his 7th catch of the season. Tyrese Christensen now in the left pocket of Kirkland, who wants to go fast. They'll give it off to Christensen as he darts right up the middle. Penalty marker flies on the back end.
Don't know if that's holding or...
First man there was Riley McKee, number 50. And also there with him was Nathaniel Sanford, the junior defensive tackle.
It's on the Bears. He's not made a call yet, but he's asking what they want to do with it.
The ball's right at the 30. They'll get the foul on Daryl Johnson, one of the guards for UPIKE. So they'll move it back 10 yards to the 40 and make it second down 20. No, excuse me. They take the penalty, so it'll be first down. First down and 20 now. Royal Island goes out in motion. They'll swing it out to him on the far sideline, and he gets blown up. Nicely defended on the far sideline by Quan Moss. And they're going behind the sticks even further. Back to the 41. So second down 21. We've seen a lot of great open field tackling by this Eagles team. Three hats down, 4 across the line for this visiting Eagles team who lead it 7-0, 7:30 to go before halftime. Kirkland, 4-man rush, stands in the pocket, eyes downfield, now takes off running, throws it across, looking for Christensen, and that's off the turf. Should be an incomplete pass, and it is. Immediately, the head lineman steps in and says no interception as it skips off the turf, and it's third down.
That was close, though.
Christensen did not see it coming, and it was kind of a bit behind him as it skipped underneath and nearly was taken off the turf for a big turnover. Instead, it's 3rd and 21. Now, the question is that you need the 30-yard line to get back to the original spot, the 20 to move the sticks. But if you could get down around in between the 20 and 25, you might give it a swing with the wind at your back for a field goal.
We have a timeout.
Yeah, we got a challenge here by James Miller, the 8th-year head coach out of Virginia Tech, as they're going to go to the tent to take a look at this. But immediately, we saw from this side over here that it skipped, and the head linesman immediately came in and said, no, it was on the ground.
Well, Rick Bentley and I have a theory. Have you ever seen one overturned yet?
None.
Ain't going to happen.
Nope. There's just not enough angles.
All you're doing is just wasting your time.
And typically, it's a very quick review when they go to that tent. 7:18 to go here in the first half. Again, all proceeds today from the game on the gates and concessions going to the relief efforts for our friends down in Montreat College down in North Carolina who was devastated by Hurricane Helene. Again, if you can help in any possible way, whether it be through stuff here today or through the American Red Cross, do your part to help out those in need from Hurricane Helene. And again, hate to hit injury with insult, but another hurricane spinning up down in the Gulf and making its way right toward the same direction of travel through Florida, which could come back up the East Coast again, and that's certainly not anything anybody down that way wants to hear.
No, we don't want to see anything like that. Of course, the people here understand what they're going through down there because we've had devastating floods in several times in our history up here. So a lot of people up here had a convoy of school buses going down the other day trying to get stuff into Tennessee, North Carolina. We got a bunch more going out, leaving, actually some leaving today.
There was a lot of them. They were talking about some of those places down in Carolina. Said it was a once-in-a-1,000-year event. Yep.
Right.
So here come the officials. And let's see if we get an anomaly, which would be an overturn. Incomplete stands, so Reinhardt will be charged with the timeout. And it's 3rd and 21.
I think I would make sure I was positive that it better be unmistakably wrong.
And now I will say this, though. From that sideline, it probably did look because he was kind of shaded that direction. So I can understand Coach Miller going for it for there. And again, in this complexity of a game and a tight game like this, every possession matters.
Yes.
So I can understand if you thought you had a turnover and your guy thought it was there, take the chance. But, again, you lose a timeout. So now can the Bears get it down to get a first down or at least into a point to where it can swing a leg for a field goal attempt? Kirkland wants to throw. Zips it out into the flat. That's Christensen. Christensen cuts back in at the 30, gets spun to the ground. Keon McGee, the outside linebacker out of Monroe, Georgia, makes the stop. It's 4th down for the night, or for the Bears. That's twice today. Daggone it. I've got the trying to give the score update for the Pikeville and KCU game. Pikeville leading in women's soccer over in Grayson 7-1, by the way. So 4th down and 8, Bears stay on the field.
Yeah, I think this is out of our kicker's range right here.
Both teams have attempted a 4th down conversion attempt, have come up empty. UPIKE on the season, 40%. Kirkland wants to throw, stands in the pocket, goes across the middle, it's knocked away. That was Carter Hicks following Grant Scott across the middle. So the drive stalls out at the 28-yard line, and 6:34 to go before halftime. It goes back over to the visiting Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles, Bears have really done a pretty good job defensively after the opening, that one play. Really, other than that, they've held them out and got them on a couple of 3rd downs, a couple of 4th downs. So hopefully they can hold on for the rest of this half, and we'll get the ball to start the second half.
So Taylor Jackson brings his crew out. He'll bring Jamarian Walker out with him in the backfield. Tyshawn Jordan in the slot, bunched up close to the line on a heavy set with Jackson now in the pistol. The turn to give it off to Walker as he drives out to the far sideline, busting a tackle out near midfield, cuts back inside. Brett Coleman finally takes him off his feet, but he's down to the Bears' 42-yard line, 43-yard line, 1st and 10.
Not a good show that time. That they saw that heavy set coming. You knew it was going to run to that side, or you thought it was going to anyway.
So on the far sideline now, into Bears territory. Inside of 6 we go. Jackson on first down and 10. Play action, penalty marker flies. A big hit near side as Amante Allman delivers a punishing blow to Jackson. The play was resulted in a catch by Tyshawn Jordan, but
Looks
this
like
one's coming back.
On, yeah.
This is going to be an illegal shift or illegal motion against the offense. And
break for the Bears.
Yes. But what a big punishing hit that was delivered there by Amante Allman, the junior out of Birmingham. He come pretty much off the line untouched, and he sawed Jackson in half as he turned it loose. So they'll move it back 5 yards to the 48-yard line and make it 1st and 15. And that was huge because that was going to take the ball just outside the red zone.
And we have another timeout. Yep. Timeout, Reinhardt.
Reinhardt burns its second timeout now. So 5:26 to go before halftime. Stay tuned with us at the half. We'll check scoring and stats of this one. Also, homecoming 2024. Looking at scores around top 25 in college football. Number 7, Penn State leads UCLA 24-3 in the third. Number 25, Texas A&M is welcoming number 9, Missouri in an epic fashion down to College Station, 34-7. The Tigers just now getting on the board.
Wow.
SMU and number 22, Louisville's in a shootout down in Louisville. The game is now tied at 27 after Louisville just pulled back to even that one at 27 apiece. Games at 3:30 today. Number 3 Ohio State entertains Iowa. Auburn goes to number 5 Georgia. Number 12 Ole Miss is at South Carolina, and number 23 Indiana at Northwestern. Georgia moving up to the top team in the nation after the win over Georgia last week. There's a lot of people thinking that could be the second. There'll be probably 2 more times they'll play. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not sold on Georgia this year. So 1st and 15 after the penalty and out of the timeout by Reinhardt. Handoff goes right up the middle. That's Colbert, just shy of the 45 to the 46, a gain of 2. You look at Alabama, they put up 28 to start that game against Georgia. Had to hang on late, made a play, but it kind of shows that Alabama is still in control of that conference and everything that happens with Georgia.
You know, Alabama's always going to be tough, you know.
Tennessee looks crazy good this year with their defense.
Now, the whole SEC's pretty good this time.
Yes. It's and it's going to be interesting this year with the college football playoff expanded to 12 teams. Bears showing blitz. They back out of it. They bring 3. They'll give it off to McKee on the end around, and a nice tackle on the far sideline. As that was Naj Belgard, redshirt freshman out of Dallas, Georgia. 3rd down and long.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be 3rd and 10.
Belgard last week, 4 tackles and a tackle for loss. 22 tackles on the season and a forced fumble.
We have a flag? I didn't see a flag.
I did not see one come out either. So they'll get the illegal blindside block on Tyshawn Jordan. So 15 yards. It'll move things back from that point.
Wow.
So now it moves it back to the Eagles' 42-yard line. So second down and about a $27 cab ride now for the Eagles.
Yeah.
Big opportunity here for the Bears. Try to get the football back with 3 timeouts and could go with a 2-for-1 opportunity. So get the ball to start the second half. Jackson with pressure coming. Comes inside.
Beautiful hit.
Untouched. Naj Bellegarde comes untouched and delivers a punishing blow to Tyrus McKee.
McKee didn't know where he's at for a minute.
The pride of North Paulding High School out of Georgia, representing his home state here against the visiting Eagles. Third down and long on a loss of 2.
That was an impressive hit.
You could see that one coming from a long ways away.
He felt it from a long ways away.
Absolutely. I felt it up here. And now
Taking their final timeout. Yep.
play clock was down inside of 5. So Reinhardt's out of timeouts now with 3:43 to go. Charlie, it was the way this game started. I was thinking, okay, we're going to have 25, 30 points before halftime.
Oh, yeah.
Here it is 7-0.
Yeah, and that came in 13 seconds, wasn't it?
So here's how it's gone. The first play in regulation went 73 yards. The Bears, 10 plays 63 yards, turnover on downs. 11 plays 62 yards, turnover on downs for Reinhardt. The Bears punted away on their next drive, as do the Eagles. They went 3 plays on -2. Bears said, okay, we can match you with a 3-play no-yard play. 7 play, 29 yards, a missed field goal. 12 plays, 50 yards, a turnover on downs from the Bears. And 3 plays and 12 yards, and still unknown of what the outcome on this one is. It's a third down and 29 coming up for Reinhardt here on this snap, leading at 7-0. 3:43 with this offense and 3 timeouts. That's an eternity.
Yes.
Again, the question is, what's the status of Diego Soto? Because I have not seen him back roaming the sidelines after he was helped to the sideline by the medical training staff here. Jackson stands on the middle of the field, slips a tackle, goes right up the seams, and finally gets chased down by Brent Coleman shy of midfield. He'll get the 49-yard line.
That'll still leave a 4th and very long. 4th and about, 17? No, 18.
So Colby Harrison will come out and try to pin one down inside the 10. He's got a phenomenal leg, averaging over 33 yards a punt. Last week, 5 kicks for nearly 39 an average. Tyler Freeze will be back at his own 10. Freeze will come up, call for a fair catch at the 16.
Smart move.
Late fair catch signal there given, but either way was able to haul it in. UPIKE soccer leading 7-1 over KCU up in Grayson. Men will follow. Just over 25 minutes to go in the second half. Bears trying to pick up a road win. Speaking of the Bears in Grayson, they'll be up there next Saturday. I'll have the call of the action from Grayson as the Bears make the road trip, hoping to move to 2-0 in AAC play.
Yes.
You know, coming in at 0-4, but 3 of those 4 losses by a total of 11 points. And here today, still in just a defensive battle. Nothing that you wouldn't expect between these two teams. Here's Jordan Williams. Gets upended after making a nice cut on the reception across the 20. Amari Jenkins there on the stop. They'll take him out to the 23-yard line. Gain of 7. Second down and 3. Kirkland wants to go quick. He'll come right back to Williams. Williams first down yardage and more. Cuts back inside with a jump cut and then is finally ridden out of bounds. As it was Carter Hicks that finally got him out. Brighton Peters was there first. But a nice spin move by Jordan Williams. As it's out to the 44 and another first down for the Bears. Kirkland likes it. Let's do it again. Comes near side, lowers the shoulder at the midfield stripe. A big hit coming off there by Keon McGee, but it's out at the midfield stripe.
That's a good way to play on Hillard Howard Field because that was Hillard Howard's favorite call.
Yeah.
Run it again.
Run it again. And now that takes us to our 2-minute timeout, also known as the 2-minute warning. Why can we not call it the 2-minute warning in college football?
I don't know. Well, they say that we're not warning anybody anything. Yeah, you are. You're warning them.
It has been the 2-minute warning for how many years?
Yep.
And we finally instituted into college football, and they say we want it to be called the 2-minute timeout.
Yep. Yep.
So either way, so now the Bears with the football from midfield, 2 minutes and 3 timeouts, and trying to cash this in on a 2-for-1 opportunity. Now, here's the big thing. I think you break this down in pieces. You want to get yourself down for an opportunity to look at field goal first. Then at that point, you got to take safe shots. You want to go to the locker room here with points.
Yes.
You can't come away here empty going into the half, knowing that you get the football to start the second half as well.
Yeah, I think we need to get inside the 25 to have an effective field goal for us.
I put you at a 43-yard kick, a little bit of wind at the back that has been swirling around at times right now, looking at the flag up on the building from the bank. Kind of looks like it's shifted and now gone back into the face. But on the goalpost down here going toward the
flat,
the trees,
blowing out,
it's blowing outwards. So who knows? I've seen crazy things on this field. A baseball field nestled into a football field. The shortest point of the home run fence, straightaway center field.
Yeah.
The longest point in the gaps. The power alleys are forever. So second down at 4 from midfield. 7-0, Eagles leading the Bears. Do we go to Williams again for the 4th straight time? Here's Williams. Williams finds a crease outside, cuts back inside. Penalty marker flies, though it's coming back.
Wow.
How many times today are the Bears going to get called for a penalty on a hold? They've been 3 for 20. And now they're looking towards James Miller on the far sideline saying, do you want the flag or?
Duh.
Yeah. They'll get that one on Renard Smith, the redshirt freshman out of Dallas, Georgia. So back it up from the 48. So it goes from the spot of the foul, so a gain of 2. And then should put it back to the 43. So second down and 11. We'll swing it out to Williams. Williams in the far side flat. Makes a nice cut back inside. Runs into the outstretched arms of Cortez Brown, the senior out of Memphis, Tennessee. It's across midfield. It's third down. Official juggling the football on the far sideline there, trying to get it on the hash marks. They put it at the 47, then moved it all the way back to the 49. Trips bunched up, far sideline. They'll swing it out to the far sideline. Brandon Newton. Newton spins free, tight roping the far sideline, gets pushed out of bounds by Cortez Brown. Bears looking for a flag on the late push. None given. Either way, it moves the sticks at a first down as we go to 1:19 left to go in the first half.
So that'll stop he went out of bounds, so that'll stop it till they snap, so.
And again, inside of 2 minutes, they get the clock stopped for the spot of the football, and then they wind it for play as soon as the ball's spotted. Empty set for Kirkland, one high safety. Kirkland looking left, thinking left, going deep, going down the far sideline, and a diving attempt there by Brandon Newton. He can't hold it in.
Just off his fingertips.
Beautiful pass play there by Lee Kirkland as Newton, the sophomore out of Fairfield, California, just loses it off the fingertips. In coverage was Brighton Peters. It's second down.
So Bears ready to go. No huddle. They're not going back in. We don't huddle much anyway.
Yeah, there's not much huddle to this. They'll stay in an empty set again. 3 receivers wide to the right this time for Kirkland. Kirkland looking right, steps up, takes off running out and reaching out and grabbing him was Emmanuel Olatane, the defensive end. They'll get to the 45-yard line, so it's going to bring up third down and long, and the Bears will use one of their first timeouts here with 65 seconds to play in the opening half.
Well, that gives them a lot of opportunity. They can go anywhere they want to right now. If they got 2 timeouts left, so they can always stop the clock if they're stopped in the middle of the field.
Yeah, if you don't get the first down yardage, that gives you the opportunity. You can stop the clock. You can also understand if you do get it, quickly run up so you can clock the ball. At 65 seconds, you got tons of time here with a lot of options of 2 timeouts of what you want to do with it. So it's going to be third down and 11. Kirkland, 18 of 28 for 138 yards today. Jackson, 2 for 5 for 13 yards.
Let's see what they can do here. They'll come back out. You can still, like I said, you can still run the ball if in that situation, which I think that was a smart move for you. Everybody was covered, nowhere to go.
Eagles with 26 plays for 200 yards. Bears 37 for 199. Third down and 11. Royal Island goes in motion. Kirkland looks right into the slot. Grant Scott goes high and holds it in. They're going to take him out to the 39-yard line. The Bears will burn the timeout there. It's going to be fourth down.
You have no choice here. I mean, you got to go for this one, obviously.
You're not in field goal range.
No, it's a 55-yard field goal, 56. Yeah. We've had guys that could do that here, but we don't have one right now.
Not right now. Shuffler's longest of the season. He's only attempted 2. Longest of 27. Warm day here in Pikeville. Homecoming for the Bears. They'll be back on the road next week as they'll head to Grayson in a matchup with KCU. Then they go to Union on the 19th. Back here on the 26th for Bluefield. Then we turn the calendar over to November and a trip to Point. We close things out here after a bye week. And Senior Day against St. Andrews on November the 16th. A very front-ended heavy schedule for home games, and then scattered out the other 3 throughout the rest of the basically 2 months of the season. So fourth down and 5. Bears have failed on both attempts here today. Twin set for Kirkland. 5-man rush. Kirkland eyes. Zips it across. Scott's got it. First down yardage and more. What a handle there by Grant Scott as that was behind him with a man hanging on to him, and he takes it across the 30 down near the 25 to the 26.
Now we're in an area of possibly attempting a field goal.
Kirkland wants to go, looking out far sideline. Got a man underneath,
nice pass.
And it's off his fingertips.
Oh.
They had Brandon Newton that made a great inside move. The ball was right there. It hit him in the hands and falls incomplete. Second down.
And Kirkland, delivered a great ball.
Newton made a nice move inside on what looked like was going to start off on a jet route. Kind of turned it into a deep post. And he ran in between 2 defenders and was untouched, except for the ball that hit him in the fingertip. So 46 seconds to go before halftime. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. That's Williams. Kirkland swings it out to Tyrese Christensen in the flat. Christensen tight-roping the sideline and gets knocked out of bounds by Jeremiah Rowe. Down to the 20-yard line, a gain of 6. It'll bring up third down as the Bears go inside the orange zone. 40 seconds on a rested clock. They'll take it down actually to the 19 now. Kirkland flips his trip set to the near side this time. Christensen in motion. Kirkland looks, fires, back of the end zone. There's Royal Island. It catches it at the 5.
Go down.
He'll be down around the 4, and it's going to be first and goal. Jalen Royal Island, a junior out of Youngstown, Ohio. Nice catch there as the Bears will line up quickly And Kirkland will clock the ball with 30 seconds to go before halftime.
If you got the timeout, you can still run from this one. You know, I would look at the quarterback draw right here.
I think the RPO has been there.
Yeah.
And again, it's one of those things with Tyrese Christensen, a 200-pound senior, a very strong running back that you could give it if it's there. But also, like you said, you've got Kirkland that has been really solid on the RPO if he pulls it out and wants to run it. Kirkland today, 5 carries for 28 yards.
So we're actually going to spot him on the 4.
They're going to H-back with Grant Scott. 3 receivers left. Christensen in the left pocket. Kirkland wants to throw. Going for a back corner end zone. There is Royal Island and hauls it in for the 6. Touchdown Bears. 4-yard touchdown strike for Lee Kirkland. His 12th of the season. Royal Island hauls in his 3rd. 25 seconds before the locker room. And the Bears an extra point away from evening things at 7.
Don't kick it to a return man.
No. Find your man and kick it to anybody but 9 or 10.
That was what Coach said during the pregame earlier today.
What a drive there by the Bears. So now Shuffler try to evening things up, and that one's blocked. What is it about this end zone that the Bears have so much trouble in the kicking game? That's the 3rd ball that we've seen blocked kicking to that end zone this season.
You're right. It's
So a 15-play, 84-yard drive. Lee Kirkland throws his 12th touchdown of the season to Jalen Royal Island, who hauls in his 3rd. 25 seconds ago before the break, and it's a 1-point lead now for the Eagles. And I think if you're James Miller here, unless you get a nice return back up to midfield, do you try to do anything with this besides take a knee and go to the locker room?
Probably not. I wouldn't think so, but you never know.
8th-year head coach out of Virginia Tech, 67-19. The defending AAC champs last year, an 8-3 record. They lost 55-7 to St. Thomas in the NAIA playoffs in the first round. A 50-7 loss to Carson Newman to start the season. They defeated Faulkner 22-21. Lost to Southeastern 28-10, and then defeated Cumberland's 35-31, losing last week 34-31 to Georgetown. Last year, a double overtime thriller, winning 41-35. So they've got the man of Tyshawn Jordan standing back inside his own 10. They've got Jordan Gant as the up man on right in between the 2 returners. I would come to the near sideline at the 30 and try to kick it there and either angle it or kick it out of bounds.
Yep, I would not give them a chance.
9 is on the far sideline. I kick it to this right side 100% of the time. Shuffler is going to do a little chip kick this near side. It's going to be fielded. And helmet comes off for a moment as it was fielded and returned by J.P. Polk, a tight end out of Fitchburg, Georgia. So at the 38-yard line of the Eagles, they'll have it 1st down and 10. And let's see if the offense tries to do anything fantastic here or just takes a knee and goes to the locker room.
Looks like they're going to line up into their regular offensive formation.
3 receivers wide right. Tyshawn Jordan, the outside man. McKee's in the slot. Tyan Williams, the lone man on the near sideline. I would take my safeties and go put them at the 20-yard line.
What are we discussing here with the officials? Put 1.5 seconds back on the clock.
No, they actually took 4.5 off. It was at 24.5.
I thought he saw him put it to 26.
They put it at 20. So I think that was what Coach Phipps was talking about. He's said that the clock wasn't rolled or was it something. Because he was very adamant pointing it out. Jackson on 1st down and 10. Wants to throw. Stands in the pocket, pressure coming up, a low throw.
I'm not sure he can get his elbow touched on that.
Tyshawn Jordan was the intended receiver. It was Ben Tate who applied the pressure from behind, second down on the incompletion.
Wouldn't you like to see a pick right here?
Yeah, if you're going to throw it and give me an opportunity, I'd certainly like to do so, but you got to understand, too, on the back end, you can't gamble here. You can't gamble going for thinking of a ball that's a pick for a 6 and end up giving up a big home run ball here before halftime. Jackson, pressure coming off the edge. Rifles this one out to the far sideline. He's got his man there of Cedric Cullors just across midfield. They'll spot the ball before they wind the clock. And now Jackson will spike the ball. And you don't have any timeouts here, but you've got enough time to run an up and out route to get your field goal unit out there and swing with a guy who has a huge leg. You get it down to the 30, you're in range. This is where you have to do everything. If it's a ball, obviously the ball has to go to the sidelines because if you go too far downfield, you're not going to have enough time to run up and get the ball spotted and it's clocked. So you got to tackle in bounds here. Should be the last play of the half, barring a defensive penalty. Jackson steps up, throws near sideline. He's got his man there of Tyshawn Jordan. Jordan's electric, comes back in the center of the field, and Chucky Moore wraps him up, but a penalty marker flies at the end.
Well,
they threw it in the area of two players that were on the back side of the play.
Let's hope it's an offensive penalty.
It was Quincy Clark that was tied up with Tyrese McKee. And let's see what we get here, because if this is against the Bears, we're going to get an untimed down. As a result of the play, is a first down. So the blindside block is on Reinhardt, and we are at the half. 7-6 our score. And let's see if Coach Phipps is going to get with our sideline reporter. We will. We'll sit it down there for halftime thoughts with Coach Phipps.
No. All right, Coach. We're in a close game here with a good Reinhardt team. What are we doing in the second half to come out on top?
Yeah, we get the ball coming out, and we gotta shore up some things. Defense made some nice adjustments after that first opening touchdown. You know, offensively, we've moved the ball, but penalties have killed us. So if we can just not shoot ourselves in the foot. Rule 1 of life: don't hurt yourself, right? So Here we go, and we're going to get in there and regroup and let y'all have a little homecoming festivities and get back out here and finish it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Coach. We'll send it back to y'all.
Thanks, Morgan. 7-6 at the half. Halftime is festivities featuring homecoming. Coming up, we'll have all the action and the coverage, our first half stats, and break it down for the second half of action. We'll return after this here on the UPIKE Sports Network. So this is a big series, obviously, for UPIKE, because an opportunity here to, one, continue to build off that momentum from the first half, and more importantly, go find points here.
Right. Yeah, if you come up points here and take the lead, put pressure back on the Eagles.
UPIKE women's soccer has defeated KCU up in Grayson this afternoon, 10-1. So the men's action will follow here in just a little bit. We'll keep you abreast on that one as that game follows through. KCU will entertain UPIKE next week. 7 o'clock kickoff from Knight Stadium over in Grayson. Knights still trying to find their kind of footing in conference, and UPIKE hoping it's heading up to Grayson with a conference win. Second half underway. The return from the 5-yard line with a big crease to the far sideline. And a nice return to start the second half off as Quincy Clark looked like he'd been shot out of a catapult when he turned it at the 20 and turned it upfield, and a nice return for the Bears.
Looks like that was Polk for Reinhardt made the tackle, and he did a great job throwing off the blocker to get to that tackle.
So they'll take him out to the 35-yard line, and now let's see what Lee Kirkland can do. Kirkland chasing down the final record that he's sodding after, as he needs 16 yards to take the all-time passing record from Trevor Hoskins. They'll start it off with a run. Amon Williams, a little jump cut, a hesitation as he goes to the outside edge. DeJuan Perkins, the sophomore out of Marietta, Georgia, pushes him out of bounds. Second down.
Gave him a little shove all the way over there on the sideline, too.
So gain of 1, second down, 9. 3 receivers wide right. Four hats across the line. They send 3. They'll swing it out to Williams in the near side. Williams has a crease. Gets knocked off his feet as he spins upfield by Kish Wright. Just shy of midfield, out to the 48. That'll move the sticks and another Bears first down.
Looks like they're in a better rhythm right now.
And they kind of saw that rhythm coming there in the start to end the second quarter. Same set for Kirkland on first down and 10. Pulls this one out, looks far sideline. Now he's just going to dance and kind of fall to the field. And smart decision there as he was looking toward Royal Island on the far sideline, and he was smothered with coverage. If they did make the catch, it was going absolutely nowhere. So a smart play there by the quarterback taking the loss, and it brings up second down. So a loss of 1 back to the 47-yard line. Kirkland pumps, comes near sideline. There's Grant Scott wide open at the 40. Scott makes a man miss, takes it down through, and the record books are rewritten.
Wow.
Lee Kirkland is now the all-time career passing leader in every category.
He spotted him 2 yards short.
They've done that all day.
Congratulations to Lee Kirkland.
Kirkland wants to go quickly, zips it out on a bubble screen. That's to Jordan Williams. Williams up the near sideline. He just got tackled by his only guy. It was Grant Scott trying to push him forward as he got underneath of Kish Wright, but another big gain down inside the 25 to the 24. So
this is what this offense looks like when it's in rhythm, right here.
Hand off Williams, makes a nice cut back inside, right up the seam he goes, and he's down inside the 10, still on his feet inside the 5. And it's going to be down to the 2, and it's first and goal Bears. If they take him to the 2, it's a gain of 22 by the redshirt freshman out of Cumming, Georgia. Bears lining up, ready to go quickly as this Reinhardt team is scrambling, trying to get guys on and off the field.
Why are the officials giving them time? Bears didn't make a substitution.
There was no substitution by UPIKE, and I think that's what Coach Corey Phipps is asking about. Why are we holding things up here? The play clock is still not started.
Oh.
And that's why. So an illegal substitution. Right. So the penalty is declined. The result of the play is the first down on the 22-yard run from Amon Williams. So now first and goal from the 2 as the Bears looking for their first lead of the afternoon. High snap, the give to Williams. Ball is loose as Lee Kirkland dives back to it as he tried to hold on to it very late. Darian McKenzie, the freshman out of Grayson, Georgia, nearly took it away on a loss of 4. It's second and goal from the 6.
That's all I got to say.
Kirkland stuck that one in the breadbasket of Williams, tried to pull it late, and I think Williams was trying to hang on to it, and it separated the ball from Kirkland. So now a little bit of more room in front of him from the 6-yard line between the hashes. Play clock's inside of 10. 3 receivers left, 1 right. That's Williams. Handoff to Amon Williams. Untouched. He makes a house call to the end zone, and the Bears have the lead. Amon Williams, first rushing touchdown of the season, a 6-yard scamper. 12:10 to go in the third quarter. 12-7 Bears in front.
I believe me and Rick could have made that run. There's such a big hole.
You could have landed a small aircraft on that one. So rather than chasing points, they'll go for an extra point again, as Austin Shuffler will try to put it through and push the lead to 6. Snap is back, ball is down, kick is up, and is good. 13-7, 12-10 to go in the third. We're back for more after this on the UPIKE Sports Network. Eight plays, 65 yards, and the 6-yard touchdown run from Amon Williams. And the Bears have the lead 13-7 on homecoming day here in the mountains. 12:10 left to go here in the third. James Collier, Charlie Pinson, happy to have you along with us here. Little pooch kick. That ball is live. Yeah. And really good job by the Bears of not allowing anything to happen there. Jordan Gant just very smartly grabs the football and pounces on it very promptly. But Charlie, on the other side of that drive, Lee Kirkland has cemented his name in the record books as he takes over the all-time passing yardage record. Every record on the passing side is now held by Lee Kirkland with the exception of interceptions.
Yeah, like I say, Lee's become a superstar in the last 2 years. Really has.
26 of 38 today, just over 68% completion ratings, 224 yards. And he's been very smart. So Taylor Jackson will start in the backfield. Jamarian Walker in his right pocket. Reinhardt trailing by 6 after they led it 7-0 on the opening play from scrimmage to start the football game. Play action as they'll sling it out to the far sideline. That's Cedric Cullors. A little RPO action there, and Jackson elects to make the throw and picks up a nice gain on first down and 2nd down and 1.
Yeah, great fake on that one. See.
They'll take him out to the 43-yard line. This is where the defense needs to really stand tall and get the football back. Pistol look this time for Jackson on 2nd down 1. Handoff, spin move by Walker, 1st down yardage and more, and then gets double teamed. Chuck Moore and Ben Tate making the stop. That'll move the sticks and a 1st down for the visiting Eagles. Their 11th of the football game. So back into the contest is Jai Colbert as he'll replace Walker in the backfield on 1st down. McKee and Jordan far side with a tight end. 3 hats across the line, Moore showing blitz off the edge. He comes, they give it off to Colbert, and Chuck Moore sols him in half off the edge as he comes untouched from behind. He'll pick up 1 out to the 49-yard line. It's 2nd down.
So good play that time with the defense. I like the pressure coming, too. I like a blitz every now and then. I think it keeps them on their toes.
Moore does a great job of it. Last week, 5 tackles, a tackle for loss, a fumble recovery, 40 tackles, and 2 TFLs on the season. 2nd down 9 as we'll tick down to the 10-minute mark coming up on this snap to Jackson as he'll put Colbert in his left pocket this time in a twin set. Play action, zings it out to the near sideline, and that one skips off the turf and an incompletion. Gentry Sherman, the sophomore from Columbus, Georgia, the intended receiver, 3rd down and 9.
Big 3rd down right here. The Bears could force a punt.
And that incompletion was because of the pressure again coming off the edges. that allowed Jackson. Jackson could not step into that pass, had to throw it off his back foot there, just trying to get it off and quickly before taking another big hit. Same set, this time Colbert in the right side. Bears loading the line, showing blitz with 6 hats up on the line. Here's Jackson going right up the middle, trying to reach for the marker. He's going to be about a yard short. They're going to put him down at the 44. He needed the 43, so it's going to be 4th down and 1. Reinhardt has tried this once today in which the Bears snuffed it out and took it away. Here comes big Jamarian Walker, the 231-pound tailback. He was the man that tried to get the 1 yard and did not get there.
Big play for the defense right here. Get a good, big, huge stop.
They pushed it back to the 44, so now make it 4th down and 2. Trips bunched up to the far side of the field. This is Stephen Craig, and Craig dives for the marker to gain. It's going to be dependent on the spot.
If this is a spot over here, I don't know who's got it.
So they roll in the backup quarterback, or your second option, if you will, of Stephen Craig. Bears are pointing, saying they didn't make it. I would say we will get an official measurement here this close. Looking at the football, it's going to be by a chain link either way. This could be huge if it turns up for the Bears.
Yes.
Michael Harris standing on the field, linebacker coach and the special teams coordinator, getting a good look straight across, as is the defensive coordinator, Chris Elliott.
That was Williams' first career touchdown, by the way.
That ball's short. Short by almost a full football. So the Bears hold on 4th down for the second time today. The turnover on downs, and the Bears will have a short field to work with.
Tell you, they needed that break. They give them a chance now to keep this offense on the field.
So here comes the defense for the Eagles back out, and Lee Kirkland with the Corvette in high gear. Let's see what they do here on 1st down and 10 from their own 43, leading 13-7 on homecoming.
May see him take a shot here.
They'll line up 3 to the wide side of the field. That's the right side with Grant Scott, the tight end, in the slot. On 1st and 10, play action. Zips it out near side, and Grant Scott got caught up in the turf, and as he was coming out of a cut, his foot hung, and he had to try to make a diving catch. He looked at Lee, so that one's on me, 2nd down on the incompletion. "17 first downs this afternoon for the Bears, 11 for Reinhardt. Bears have snapped it 53 times now. Kirkland swings it out near sideline. Williams in stride. Makes a nice grab, turns to the near sideline across midfield, down to the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 Bears, their 18th of the contest.
Nice run. They opened a good hole up for him. The wide receivers gave him a good look.
That looked like a lot of Alex Sanders from the last couple of seasons.
Yes.
Twin set now, 1st down and 10 from the 45 of the Eagles for Kirkland. 4 hats across the line. Tyrese Christensen, they'll swing him out. They'll go out into the slot as they have the man there. That's Ukari Baker, makes the catch, turns to the far sideline, gets down inside the 40. They'll take him down to the 38-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 8. Gain of 7, excuse me. And we got a player down on the far sideline for Reinhardt. Looks like a linebacker of Orlando Gandy. Injury timeout. We'll step out. We're back in just a moment here on the UPIKE Sports Network. Back here at Hambly, inside of 8.5 to go. Handoff right up the gut for the Bears. As Tyrese Christensen takes the dive and the handoff inside the 35. They'll take him down to the 33, and that'll move the sticks and another Bears first down. Offense running fluidly right now. Kirkland on 1st and 10, takes the snap, gives it off to his tailback. Running angrily is Tyrese Christensen, the senior out of Chicago, the transfer out of KCU. And all of a sudden, the Bears rushing attack looking a little stingy.
Well, that just makes them that much better when they can rush the ball effectively.
Averaging only 66 yards a game this season and 400 total in the offense, so it kind of shows you where they lean heavily on that passing attack, and of course you're going to when you've got a guy like Lee Kirkland in the backfield. 4-yard gain, 2nd down 6 on the counter play. Christensen slips one tackle, won't get rid of the second as he gets leveled after taking the handoff. As Bryce Parrish, junior out of Warner Robins, Georgia, makes the stop, brings up 3rd down and 7. Warner Robins known for some very good Little League baseball teams. And we get a timeout now by Reinhardt. Here we're 6:47 to go in the third. Facing a big 3rd down and 7 coming up. So far today, 92 rushing yards for UPIKE, averaging 5.4 a carry. Charlie, you don't have to be math majors on that one. That's 2 carries is first down.
That's right. It didn't take long. That's what you want. But, that just gives you that other option at any time, too, when you're running the ball that well. That goes to show your offensive line's doing something right tonight.
The big thing that has really stood out to me on the stat paper, and I think this is one of the reasons of why right now UPIKE has control of this football game. 0 for 5 on 3rd down conversions, 0 for 2 on 4th down conversions for Reinhardt. You've not allowed a money down conversion here in this contest.
And we've been doing that in the previous game.
Yeah, because you look at coming into this game, the defense was giving up 3rd down conversions nearly 51% of the time. It's hard to get off the field when you're doing that.
Yes.
But 2 big 4th down stops that have happened in this one. Here it is, a 3rd down and 7 coming up. UPIKE 4 of 9 on 3rd down tries this afternoon. They'll give this off to Williams. Williams sheds a tackle, hits the B button at the 20, still trying to drive the legs. A penalty marker comes in late. We'll see what it decides on the backside of it. He has enough to move the sticks, but what was the infraction?
We're waiting to see. I would think it's against them from where it was at.
Typically, you get in something like that, it's a face mask that came in that late in the play because it was as the pile started happening.
Yeah, if that's a hold, it's way late.
Yes. UPIKE seems to be very convinced that it is against Reinhardt, so the play is going to take it down inside the 25, and then depending on the penalty, so we get a hold against number 3, Brighton Peters. So they'll go half the distance to the goal after the result of the play, and that takes it down inside the 10 to the 8, and it's 1st and goal. Excuse me, now they just slid it back to the 9-yard line. So 1st and goal from the 9. Kirkland gives it off to his tailback as he dives right up the gut into a wall of yellow jerseys. Was Amon Williams trying to pick up his 2nd career rushing touchdown after the 6-yarder the last trip down here. And this is one of those plays, too, when you're down here, don't get a big hurry.
Yeah.
Make those big guys out there stand up for a little bit. Grind on that time of possession. Gain of 1, 2nd down and goal from the 8. They'll give it off to Williams again, and Williams gets stood up off the left edge. That was on Brighton Peters. He's been involved a lot today. So it's 3rd and goal from the 6. As we'll go inside of 5.5 to play here in the 3rd. 13-7. UPIKE with 13 unanswered after giving up a touchdown on the first play from scrimmage to the Eagles. Kirkland looking to the far side, wanting to go. He's got a man on a post route.
Oh,
what
nice
a catch!
catch.
As Jordan Williams holds in his 2nd touchdown of the season on a fingertip grab on the post route. And the Bears add to the lead. It's 19-7 with 5:18 to go in the 3rd.
That'll move them up the leaderboard in the conference if they can hold on to this.
Beautiful ball that Lee Kirkland laid out there to where only his receiver had a chance to get it. And the junior out of Sacramento, California, puts it on the fingertips and hauls it in tight coverage. And now they'll go for 2 to try to make up for that blocked extra point back on their first touchdown to make it a full 2-possession game. Diego Soto is back on the field, by the way. He's lined up. He's in motion. They're rolling it out, looking toward him. They're coming back, going to the back side of the end zone.
Oh,
and
there
here
it
comes
is.
the penalty
Yeah.
markers. Grant Scott, he got tangled up with Keon McGee.
I think he got tackled.
Yeah.
I think it actually that's a good defensive play because that was 2.
Everybody was following zero coming across, and when they did it, they just turned it and went out the backside there to the tight end Grant Scott, and he was going to be easily in the end zone for the 2-point conversion.
You know, that makes it a little bit more decision-making here. You could sneak it right here.
Yeah, so they'll go half the distance there, so they'll put it at that elusive 1 1/2 yard line. So now Jalen Royal Island goes out to the far side. Soto's in the slot near side. Kirkland, high snap, finds a seam, cuts back right, driving toward the pile. They're trying to get him in. I don't know if he's going to get there.
Nope.
It is denied, so the 2-point conversion fails. UPIKE leads at 19-7 with 5:18 to go in the 3rd. We're back for more after this on the UPIKE Sports Network. Ten plays, 55 yards. And another touchdown by the Bears. They lead at 19-7 with 5:18 to go here in the 3rd. Kickoff comes to the near sideline. And the Bears do a great job of keeping it in front of them and not allowing anybody to get downfield as J.P. Polk, the big tight end, fields it right in front of the Bears bench. And again, the thought coming in, Charlie, either kick it out of bounds or kick it to the up man, but either way, it's not going deep.
I'm going to say that if you wanted to go on stay on the sidelines the rest of the ball game, you could kick it deep.
Absolutely.
And what you'd say, Rick Bentley?
21 first downs for the Bears today. This right here could be back-breaking. You force a 3-and-out here and get that football back, you could really start to lean on this Reinhardt team here and pick up what would be your first win of the season. More importantly, start you off 1-0 in AAC play against the defending AAC champs. Again, those 4 losses in the grand scheme of things mean nothing. Those are 4 glorified scrimmages. These are the games that count. 3-man rush. Sling it out to the far sideline, and Jackson's pass to Cullers is short, incomplete.
I'm not sure he wanted to catch that one either. He was about to get drilled.
You know, that's 2 long passes like that we've seen that he has just simply not had it on target to get it there. He's
Yeah.
bounced it into his receiver. And I think you're right. If Cullors does hold that in, he's going to pay the price. As he was locked up outside with Clayton Hutto, the freshman out of Thomasville, Georgia.
And Hutto had a full head of steam coming at him, too.
Second down 10, 5:09 to go in the third. Colbert in the backfield, right side of Jackson in an offset pistol look. The snap, the give it to Colbert, and he gets tackled from behind as wrapping it up under the ankles was Naj Belgard. Third down.
It's like 3rd and 8 coming up here.
They'll push him up to the 44-yard line. So 3rd down and 8. They need the 48 of the Bears to move the sticks. Have not converted a 3rd down conversion today in 5 tries. Colbert in the left pocket of Jackson. Bears lining up. 5 hats across the line. Backing out of the blitz, they'll send 3. Poulet makes a nice move inside.
Oh,
It's picked
pick!
off on the far sideline. Running underneath it is Clayton Hutto, his first career interception. Mahalone Poulet delivered the pressure on Jackson, and Jackson throws his 3rd interception of the season, and the Bears defense loaded for bear here on homecoming. Clayton Hutto with the pick.
We've called Hutto's name a bunch here tonight.
He came off of his back line and read that one perfectly. And now we've got a penalty marker over on the far side, though. And that was in the area of where Poulet got tangled up with Jackson. The defense is coming out, and we may get an unsportsmanlike late. So the late hit came after the return, so the interception stands, but then they'll back it up 15 yards, almost to the point of where he made the interception, so they'll have it on their own 42-yard line.
But the most important thing is they have it.
Yes. So 4:16 to go here in the third. A 19-7 lead by the Bears. And you want to stick a nail in the side of the coffin, go stick this one in the end zone, and you can certainly do so. Twin set this time for Kirkland. Amon Williams starts in the backfield to his right side. I would not be surprised here to see a shot for a home run ball right off of this one. Feed off the momentum. One high safety for the Eagles. Kirkland swings it out near sideline. Williams turns upfield and gets dragged down from behind after a short gain by Jeremiah Rowe. He'll get to the 45, a gain of 3.
Tell you, I like the way he runs, though. He runs with purpose.
Williams today, that's his wrong Williams. His 6th catch. They go quickly out to Soto. Soto trying to find a hole and gets back to the original line of scrimmage and picks up a yard. 46, 3rd and 6. Good to see Soto back out there as he hauls in his 7th catch of the afternoon. He'll work to the far sideline, and a twin set now for Kirkland inside of 4 minutes to play on a stopped clock at 3:48. 3rd down and 6. Kirkland sets, eyes, fires. What a catch by Jalen Royal Island. Penalty marker flies on the back end of it, but my goodness, what a catch.
Well, I guess that's pass interference.
Yeah, he had a man draped on him. He was dragging him around like a cape off the back of Superman. And Jalen Royal Island looking like Superman on that catch there.
I mean, this is obvious you're going to decline this to take the play, I'm sure, if it is pass interference.
So they're going to take the 10-yard penalty which will move the sticks. So the penalty was a little bit more than the result of the play.
Did they? That's a long 10-yard penalty.
I think you added it on.
He must have added on the end of the catch, yes.
My wife just sent me a picture of the catch on the interception by Hutto. That one needs to go on a wall.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Here's Soto outside, slips a tackle, gets hit from behind inside the 30. Here you go, Charlie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
He was up there, wasn't he?
He went up and got it. So we'll go inside of 3 minutes to go. 2nd down and 7 after the gain of 3.
Need to send that to him.
Oh, he'll definitely see that one somewhere, I'm sure. My wife does photography work here for UPIKE, celebrating her birthday last night.
Well, happy birthday.
29 years old, still. Soto in motion. They'll bring him back to the near side. They'll swing it out to him. Soto surveying, trying to find a hole, lowers the shoulder. A nice open field tackle there again by Carter Hicks. He's been huge for this team today. To bring up 3rd down. We'll take him down to the 27-yard line on a gain of 1. So 3rd and 7.
Hey, Wyatt. You want to be surprised? Logan's got stat issue. Yes.
Approaching 2 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter.
And this is where I like UPIKE slowing things down. Grind this clock out. Play clock's down inside of 10 now as they get set. Trips left, one tight end as well. Kirkland pumps, surveying, looking, going to the back corner of the end zone. He's got a man there. He reaches up and hauls it in for 6. Jalen Royal Island hauls it in for a beautiful pitch and catch for 32 yards. Kirkland goes over 300 on the day. It's 25-7. I would bet you money, too, you'll see a picture of that one because he ran right at my wife, and she had to scurry out of the way of taking a direct hit.
Tell you what, that was a beautiful throw.
That was, let's give a shout-out to the offensive line right there because they gave Kirkland all day to stand in the pocket and go downfield to make that pass.
I think he could have ate his lunch before he threw it.
Yeah, he might have. He keeps a lunchbox with him. Extra point is up and is true. 26-7, 1:44 to go in the 3rd. Bears trying to run the Eagles out here on homecoming. We return after this on the UPIKE Sports Network. Six plays, 58 yards, another touchdown for the Bears. They've scored 4 consecutive touchdowns, and they lead this 26-7 with 1:44 to play in the 3rd.
Been an impressive 3rd quarter here for the Bears.
And it all started with that touchdown that they went to the half with, and they have ridden that since and has been just dialed in with 20 points here in the 3rd quarter. That time they try to go deep and kick it out of bounds. Tyshawn Jordan was there, but all they could do was watch it go out, so the ball will come forward, and the visiting Eagles will take over at their own 35.
Hey, no return. That's one thing you can say.
They're going to make him re-kick it. Yeah, so it backs it up 5 on the penalty when you make them re-kick. So now the question is that do you still try to kick it deep because of the 5 yards, or do you still try to go near sideline because you kick it to the guy they've been kicking to most of the game of J.P. Polk? He's pretty much going to run under this one around his own 45. They've got a man near side of Jaden Ponder, and that's who I would go after. Try to hit a low line driver right down the middle. So Shuffler will have to back up to his own 30 now. They've got Tyrus McKee now playing in the middle. So he's guarding on that ball down the middle. Shuffler's just lining up for a little pooch kick. Now they've got Ponder pulled up. They could kick it over top of his head if they wanted to. They'll drive it this direction. The tight end of Polk fields it. The Bears guard it nicely, as getting there very quickly and making the stop was number 38, Cantrell Bird, the freshman out of Beech Grove, Indiana.
Yeah, I'll take that every time in a game like this right now with those return guys.
Don't give them an opportunity to get momentum back in. Because the one number that I jump at real quickly on the stat sheet, 24 and a half minutes to 18:44 time of possession. You're plus 6 right now.
Yep.
You have not given up a third down conversion today for this visiting Eagles team. Coach Corey Phipps just about got hit in the head with a football coming off the field. I don't think he would care. He might be okay with that. Jackson from the gun on first down, a low snap. Brings it near sideline. He's got his man right in front of the Bears bench of Gentry Sherman. Right there, step for step, was Caleb Anderson, the linebacker out of Thomasville, Georgia. 8-yard gain, second down 2. Approaching the 1-minute mark here to go in the third. Jackson, pressure coming up the middle, and he's going to get taken down. Coming in was Naj Bellegarde and Trevor Carter, the redshirt freshman out of Ironton, the transfer from Cincinnati. And we got an offensive lineman down for Reinhardt, as that's number 76, Sam Stout, the right tackle. So it's going to be 3rd down and 8 on the injury timeout with 58 seconds to play.
I wouldn't. He's walking off under his own power. He's just mad right now.
The Bears brought a huge blitz and got right up the middle, and Taylor Jackson was running for his life. So back inside their own side of the 50, they'll be just over the top of the 47, 3rd down and 8. Have not converted on a 3rd down today. Bears with 3 men up front, showing 5 guys filling the gaps. They send 4. Here comes Moore off the corner. And they step up and they get him. A 3-man rush, and Ben Tate wraps him up for his first sack of the season as he shakes and bakes at the 40. The 7th 3rd down stop of the afternoon. That's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. And we head to the 4th with the Bears rolling here on homecoming, 26-7. And the visiting Eagles will have to punt it away. Let's see if they're going to try to punt this one away before going to the 4th and final stanza. And I don't think they're going to get everybody out there in time to do so. We're headed to the 4th here at Hambly. 26-7, Bears rolling. 4th quarter, we return after this on the UPIKE Sports Network.
Achieve your dreams at the University of Pikeville.
Back here on the UPIKE Sports Network as Colby Harrison gets ready to punt it away. Tyler Freeze will stand back near his own 15. End over end kick, angling toward the far sideline, and it's going to tumble out of bounds around the 22. And penalty markers littering the field. Hat tip to our crew today, our executive producers David Chapman, our crew Ryan McWilliams, Zach Meek, and I get everybody, and Morgan Dixon. Bears will be on the road next week up in Grayson. A 7 o'clock kickoff with KCU. Speaking of KCU and Pikeville in men's soccer action, they're scoreless midway through the first half up in Grayson. Women, Bears won today. So a block in the back against UPIKE. So that'll back it up 10 yards from the end of the play. So 14:52.
I thought he said the kicking team.
I think he said receiving team.
Oh, okay.
So it should put it back to the 10. And they'll put it at the 11. So they must have marked it off. He started from the 20, but went back to the 11-yard line. And Charlie, at this point of the game right here, the proverbial fat lady staying in concourse gargling some warm salt water.
Yeah.
A touchdown here would have her singing Sopranos.
Oh, yeah, it'd be over.
This is one of those drives that you just want a little first down here, a little first down there, chunk plays just 10, 11, 12 yards in, and you're okay if you convert third downs 3-4 times here.
Yeah.
Now the near side official talking with Coach Corey Phipps, and he's questioning the spot of the football. So our line judge is going to walk out now and talk with our white hat.
And they're going to send both teams to their sideline to talk about it now.
26 unanswered here this afternoon after the first play of the game went to the house. Our white hat, by the way, is Doug Cheney. But it was a Tyshawn Jordan 73-yard run. It was 7-0 after one.
So I told you that's what he said.
Okay.
You know.
Well, he said receiving team, but I think he pointed kicking team. That's what I think Corey was arguing there. Was like, you said receiving team, but you pointed kicking team. So it'll go 10 yards the other way. All right, second quarter, just before halftime, Lee Kirkland hits Jalen Royal Island for a 4-yard touchdown run. Bears trail at 7-6 at the half. They come right out of the locker room. Amon Williams dances into the in-yard from 6 yards out. Bears take the lead 12-7. Then Kirkland hits Jordan Williams on a 7-yard touchdown, goes back to Royal Island on a 27-yard catch, 26-7, and that's where we stand with 14:52 to go in the ball game. So Lee Kirkland, he'll start with a man in the backfield. He'll turn, give it off to Williams. Williams trying to dance to the outside as he drags a man with him. As Jeremiah Rowe made the initial contact, but Williams drags him for a couple. Now we got a player down, and that's Williams. And that's a cramp.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Time for some pickle juice and some orange. Or some mustard, excuse me.
Yeah.
Injury timeout. We'll step out real quickly. We're back after this on the UPIKE Sports Network. 14:38 to go here in the contest. Bears rolling here on homecoming. Point has defeated KCU 30-22. KCU will entertain the Bears next week up in Grayson. James Collier, Charlie Pinson, happy to have you along with us here on homecoming for the Bears. 2nd down and 9 for Lee Kirkland, who wants to throw. Floats it across the near sideline, looking for Grant Scott. Defended nicely.
And a late
and
flag.
we got a late flag as Lee Kirkland it's got an offensive lineman down. That is Micah Lee that is down holding his lower leg.
I can definitely see where you confuse Lee with an offensive lineman.
Touche. So another injury timeout. Let's see what the flag is going to be.
I don't know why they don't go ahead and give the flag call while we're doing this so we can go back to play. There we go.
And they just got another one on James Miller as he just came out of the huddle on a dead sprint toward the official, and the flag went to the moon on the other sideline. This is going to be 30. When they made the call, he comes barreling out of the huddle, and the flag goes airborne, and he is livid on the far sideline.
That's not a good sign for them.
So the athletic training staff brings Micah Lee to his feet. He's bouncing around, looks to be good, and he tried to take a jump step there, and he's like, oh, wait a minute, hang on. I don't know if I want to do that just yet. But he is coming to the sideline on his own accord. So 15 yards on the roughing the passer, and then 15 on the unsportsmanlike against Reinhardt head coach, eighth-year man James Miller. So that's his first in the game. Again, you can get 2 before the result takes you out of the rest of this game and next week. So that's going to bring the ball all the way up toward midfield, and then another 15 from there. So take it down to the 37 for the Eagles.
It may be the biggest play from scrimmage for the Bears.
Yeah, 30 yards of penalties. So a new offensive lineman out there for Micah Lee is Daryl Johnson. He's been out on the field today, so not that they're uncommon with who is out there. So back to under action we go. Kirkland on 1st down and 10. Going for a home run ball. Has his man on the far sideline looking for Royal Island. Can't pull it in. Nice coverage there. In stride was Jeremiah Rowe. 2nd down on the incompletion. I like the aggressiveness there.
Oh, absolutely. Take a shot while you got them on their heels.
And it's, I talked with Coach Phipps before the game today, and I said, what defensively are we going to see today? 4-down linemen, they like a lot of free man, a lot of man coverage, and we've seen that today, and you've taken those shots because of you've got those mans going down for the one-on-ones. It's opened up that swing game really nicely today.
Yes.
Scott is an H-back on the right side. Kirkland on 2nd down, the high snap, gives it off to Tyrese Christensen. Christensen dances in the hole, but a flag comes in from behind.
Legal substitution looks like. Because that's what he's holding. That there he's just holding his whistle.
Typically, that direction of a flag comes in on a hold, and that's Lee
Yeah.
Kirkland just said a hold on us.
James, is this working? No. Okay. Reinhardt.
So we'll get that one on the center. Marshall Jefferson, the sophomore out of Lee Summit, Missouri, made the transfer out of Bethel. So move it back to the 47 of the Eagles and make it 2nd down and 20.
Reinhardt, last last loss to a conference team was November 7th, 2015, when they were in the Mid-South Conference. They've never lost an AAC game.
Well,
They lost to Campbellsville 70-56 on November 7th, 2015.
Second and 20. Kirkland pumps, looking, tries to throw this one out and nearly had that one picked off. A very dangerous pass there that floated along the far sideline. And Anthony Morley, freshman DB out of Warner Robins, Georgia, nearly had a chance to run under that one. If he did, he was headed to the house for 6.
yeah, he was. He kind of floated that. He should have put a little bit more mustard on that one.
So 3rd down and 20, 13:57 left to go in the ball game. 26-7, UPIKE leading it.
He thought Soto was going to wheel out and be able to catch up.
Play clock's at 10 as Kirkland looks to the sideline for the call. Moves Christensen in the left pocket. High snap, the give to Christensen. Hits the B button in the hole and spins down to the 40. Gain of 7, brings up 4th down. And this is a play right here where we probably see Lee Kirkland with his traditional pooch kick.
Yeah.
And he has been super at that. You remember the game against Georgetown?
Oh, yeah.
He pinned him on the 1. They line up the offense for the moment, seeing if he can get anybody to jump. And from this point, he'll take a couple of steps backward. And all he wants to do is just angle this thing toward the 10. Play clock's at 3. Takes it, and he does it. Got a good one. Did he get it too much? No. Down at the 2. Did they save it? No. Diego Soto tried to toss it backward as he had Yukari Baker there at the 1-yard line, but they could not keep it in play, so it goes into the end zone for a touchback. Unfortunately, it's not where you just touch the ball. You have to be under control of the ball unless the ball has stopped rolling around on the playing surface. So a great opportunity there by Lee, but it tumbles into the end zone, so a touchback brings the ball out to the 20 with 13:03 to go in the ball game. And the one thing I will say that if you take any positives out of the backside of that, Diego Soto certainly looked like nothing was bothering him.
Exactly.
So Tyler Jackson trying to mount a monumental comeback for his team. He'll fire it across the middle. A nice catch in traffic by Gentry Sherman. As Karan Thrower tried to go for the interception and didn't get there. They'll take Gentry out to the 37-yard line. A 17-yard hookup from Taylor Jackson, 1st down. Now after the 38, they moved up. Who needs the hash marks? They've not been equal all day long. One guy on one side, the other guy on the other one. Here's Jackson in the pocket, pumps. Pressure coming from behind. He evades and then has the boom lowered as he gets the 45. And that was a dangerous play there by UPIKE as he tried to go forward and Chuck Moore came in with a lowered shoulder. Typically around a quarterback, Charlie, that brings a penalty marker.
Well, that's true. But he was a runner at that point, though.
Usually you're exactly right. He was a runner. It usually doesn't matter. They say they might as well put that red jersey on the quarterbacks across the league. So gain of 8 and motion up front. This may be on the center. And they're pointing, and they've already pointed. It's against, I believe, Aaron Inman, the center. Everybody went on 2 except for him. Now they'll get this one on the right guard, Ben Hollers. It's always funny when they do that. You look down, and the center's the only guy left sitting there with the football, and everybody else has moved. 2nd down and 7 now on the infraction. Low snap to Jackson, looking near side, zips it out to Curlers. He's met immediately at the 45. Chuck Moore and Karan Thrower makes the stop. It'll bring up 3rd down. Now, Rick, I'm going to challenge you. Let's see what happens on this play here, but when was the last time that UPIKE did not allow a third down conversion? Reinhardt is 0 of 7 today. If they stand tall here, it would make Reinhardt 0 for 10 on money down conversions today, 3rd and 4th down. Blitz coming. They sling it out near sideline, and they don't get it. Pressure coming off of the edges. They had their ears pinned back coming off the edges, and the guy who was beating down on Taylor Jackson was number 38, Cantrell Bird, the freshman linebacker out of Beech Grove, Indiana. 4th down and 3. The defense has faced only 5. This will be their 5th 4th down conversion this season. Add the 2 on, so a total of 7. They were 1 of 4 coming into the contest. The Eagles need the 48-yard line to move the sticks. Play clock went to 0, but the official steps in and resets the play clock, so they'll pump it to a full 25 now as Taylor Jackson gets his team set. 11:02 on a stopped clock, 26-7. Jackson looking left, fires left. That one's knocked out of his hands as Karan Thrower steps in and swats it away from Gentry Sherman. Another 4th down stand. Reinhardt 0 of 11 today on 3rd and 4th down tries. Turnover on downs, gives it back to the Bears from the 45-yard line.
Just chew some clock here, more than anything.
So 10:58 remains in the ball game. I would look for a deep ball on the first play just to see if you can get it. And then after that, try to run that ball and milk this clock. They're going to put Island in near to the line with an attached tight end. 4 hats across the line. Handoff. Williams knifes his way through, breaks a tackle. He's got reservations for 6. Down the sideline he goes. He's into the end zone. Touchdown. Amon Williams, a 45-yard rushing touchdown. How about that for a homecoming? 32-7. It's a rout here at Hambly.
Tell you that once he came through the hole, there was nobody there to stop him. They weren't going to catch him.
As the great Stuart Scott would say, you can't catch him, you can only hope to contain him.
Yep.
What a run there by the redshirt freshman. So shuffle around for the extra point attempt. Splits the uprights, 33-7, 10:49 to go in the ball game. We're back for more after this on the UPIKE Sports Network. What an answer by the Bears offense after the defense forces the turnover on downs. And Amon Williams goes over 100 yards for the first time in his career, the first time a Bears running back has gone over the century mark this season, as he runs in for his 2nd touchdown on the year, and it's 33-7. Nice job there by the coverage team downfield as Tyrus McKee kind of fumbles with the kickoff return. Charlie, we're looking at something that has never happened for Reinhardt. They've never lost in AAC play. Now, the conference just starting last season. And 6 years, well, Reinhardt's, how long has Reinhardt been in? Is it 2 years? This starting the third? Their last conference loss, though, was a member of the Mid-South, and that was to Campbellsville.
Yeah.
2022? 2015, excuse me.
It's a pretty good run right there.
That's a pretty good run. Ball across the middle. Karan thrower knocks that one down, and a penalty marker comes from behind. Jackson rifled that one over the middle. Thrower tries to go over the back of the receiver.
I guess the question is, did he kick the ball before he hit the receiver?
And
that official could not tell that.
Yeah, he didn't even hesitate. They threw the penalty marker and marked it off. So 15 yards on the infraction. So the 33 points by UPIKE this game matches the most they've scored this year, which was in the loss to Campbellsville in the season opener, 34-33. Jackson on first down, pressure coming off the edge, and they're going to get home. The freshman finding him a spot on the line out there. Cantrell Bird gets his first career sack. Add his name to the depth chart.
Yep.
So we'll go inside of 10 on this snap. Second down and 18 as they go back behind the sticks. Pocket collapses. Ball rifled across the middle. Curlers gets wrapped up by Brett Coleman. He goes down inside the Bears 45 to the 43.
Lucky he didn't get a penalty on that tackle.
He stayed high, though, with the way he grabbed. Never got inside the collar or the helmet. So make it a third down and 3 coming up on this snap. Jackson looking left. Flips it across the middle. He's got his man there. That's Tyrus McKee. McKee comes near sideline and gets upended by Hutto. And that's the first third down conversion today for this Eagles team.
And give the official a block on that one. Because he ran into the official, used him as a
pick play on the official. That's easy when you're playing 12 on 11 with an official working with you. That's sometimes those good receivers, they know how to use that official in the middle of the field. Jackson, pressure coming up the middle, floating it toward the back of the end zone, looking for Cullors, and he holds it in. Cedric Cullors gets his second touchdown of the season, and with 8:53 to go here in the ball game, Reinhardt finds its first score since the opening possession of the contest. It's 33-13. Taylor Jackson throws his 5th of the year. So Alex Hansen out for the extra point attempt. And then, of course, you're going to see an onside kick coming on the other side of things.
Oh, absolutely.
Beautiful little touch pass there by Taylor Jackson. I thought that Brett Coleman was going to have a chance to get there and bring that one back. That ball's not coming back.
Nope.
That ball's across the hillside.
That's maybe in the river.
That's probably in the river down there. 33-14, 8:53 to go. We're back after this on the UPIKE Sports Network. Onside kick attempt, and the Eagles get it back.
He tried to fall on it, hit off his helmet, bounced right to him.
Recovering the football was number 56, Hudson Freeze, the senior linebacker out of Kennesaw, Georgia. It kicked off the face mask. And the offense will come back out for the Eagles, trailing by 19 with 8:50 to go in the ball game. Trips stacked wide to the right side of the field. Jackson on 1st and 10. Pressure coming off the edge. He'll move out to the left, fired across, looking for his wide receiver of Tyshawn Jordan. Incomplete, 2nd down, 10.
Got some pretty good pressure on him, made him step up into the pocket, but more importantly, had great coverage.
Well, and the other side, too, is he's going across his body with they're forcing him off to that far sideline, not allowing him to really get into that pass that he wanted to try to go toward on the hookup with Jordan. Twin set this time for Jackson on a low snap. Quickly dumps it out near sideline, has his man Colbert there. Colbert gets bumped out of bounds by Clayton Hutto, but that'll move the sticks and a 1st down for the Eagles.
Maybe not.
No, okay, they're going to say stepped out back here at the 46-yard line. Okay. So make it 3rd down and 1. And we got a player down for UPIKE. As that's Hutto. Men's soccer action up in Grayson at the half. UPIKE leading KCU 1-0. Women won earlier this afternoon, 10-1. Point defeating KCU football earlier today, 30-22. UPIKE will make the trip to Grayson next Saturday night at 7. Then down to Union on the 19th. They'll return home for Hall of Fame weekend on the 26th against Bluefield. They'll go 2 Point on November 2nd and then wrap things up after a bye week on November 17th on Senior Day with St. Andrews. Again, you're looking at your conference schedule. You get a win in this one, Charlie, you've got to feel pretty confident about where you happen to be of trying to get that bid, that automatic bid for winning your conference.
Right.
Temperatures in the mid-80s today, tomorrow as well, and then Monday we're going to get a bit of fall that's going to kick in and maybe a breath of early winter on the lows. We're going to see some lows down in the high 30s and the 40s this coming week. Highs in the high 60s. I am ready.
Yeah, it's that time.
I'm ready for that time. All right, here we go. 3rd down and 1. Twin set for Jackson. He's got his big tailback of Walker in his left pocket. Bears send 3. Jackson wants to throw. Fires it across the middle. A low throw, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Tyshawn Jordan. In coverage. Downfield was Joe Alvarez, the junior out of Richmond, California. 4th down. The only 3rd down that they converted today resulted in that last touchdown drive. They are 1 of 11 on 3rd downs this afternoon. 0 for 3 on 4th down tries today are the Eagles, who trail it by 19 with 8:26 to go. Handoff to the big tailback. He's got 1st down yardage and more. He may have a little bit more on the backside of that as he's headed to the house, as he'll go into the end zone, and all of a sudden things getting a little interesting here at Hambly, as the Eagles have pulled to within 13 with 8:17 to go in the ball game. 2 big chunk plays, a passing play and a rushing touchdown. And an extra point coming up from Alex Hansen as all of a sudden the Eagles have found their wings again. Extra point is up. That one's in the river as well. 33-21, a 12-point lead for the Bears with 8:17 to go in the ball game. We return after this on the UPIKE Sports Network. Things getting interesting here in Pikeville as Reinhardt has found a pair of touchdowns and have trimmed the 33-7 lead down to 33-21. And this time, they'll boom this ball deep as it'll tumble into the end zone for a touchback. So now the defense has to dig in for the Eagles, and that right there, Charlie, that's the defensive coordinator telling the kicking team, we trust what you're going to do. You're going to get us the football back because the offense has found a little bit on this last couple of possessions.
Yep. Well, you want UPIKE's offense right now. You want to just move it down the field again, and obviously a lot of the time off the clock, put another score in and say, nope, we're done.
And most important thing you don't want to do here is a quick 3 and out on 3 incomplete passes. Even if you give the football back at some point, you'd like to burn about 4 minutes off this clock.
Every bit of it, yeah.
So Kirkland will start things off with a 12-point lead now. 8:17 to go in the ball game. Bears looking for the first win of the season, trying to pick up a conference win to start conference slate. They'll give it off to Williams. Williams dives off the left edge and gets stood up just shy of the 30. Gang tackled by Cortez Brown and Darren McKenzie. But a gain of 4 on first down makes it second down 6. Bears trying to do something that no one has done since 2015. That's defeat Reinhardt in conference. UPIKE has never beaten Reinhardt. This is the 7th all-time meeting. They're 0-6. The first time they played was back in 2015. They played all the way up until 2019, and then after the conferences switched around, they hadn't played until last season. Here's Williams, slips, stays on his feet, breaks another big one, and he's across midfield trying to stay in bounds as he gets raced out of bounds into his bench as the man that chased him down was Kish Wright. But Amon Williams having another big run as he flips it across midfield and goes down to the 43-yard line.
Just adding to his season-leading total in a game. What's the most rushing yards in a game, Rick?
Yeah.
I figured that. Man.
Sanders
Okay.
was 200 plus, I think.
I would think so.
Here's Williams, bounces it to the outside, going up the seam, securing that football very tightly as he rolls across the 35 to the 34. Williams currently at 154 on the afternoon with 2 touchdowns.
257.
But another nice gain sets up second down and 1 as we go inside of 6.5 to go in the ball game. And this is a team that we talked about this, Charlie, averaging 66 yards rushing coming into this afternoon. Here today, they're averaging 7.7 a carry, 199 yards on the ground, 498 total this afternoon. Kirkland keeps it himself, navigating off the right side, finds a crease. Kirkland wants to eat. He's headed down the sideline, dragging a man with him inside the 10. Lee Kirkland got out of the bed this morning and chose violence.
The guy tried to tackle him, thought it was like a dog that thought they'd caught a car, wasn't it?
Man alive. He reached out and grabbed a hold of him, and that's like getting onto an electric fence you can't turn loose of. First and goal for the Bears as they'll put the ball at the 10. Clock continues to roll. We'll go inside of 5.5 in the contest. Trips left with a tight end attached of Scott. Williams in the left pocket. Do we see Williams in his 3rd touchdown today? They give it to him. Surveying. Dives through the right side down to the 5. Second and goal after the 5-yard run there by the redshirt freshman. They're going to bring him off or bring in Tyrese Christensen. This may be a Lee Kirkland run right here.
Maybe. This puts us under 4 minutes or under 5 minutes to play now.
And again, about 30 seconds in between the play clock and the game clock, so they're going to take this one down roughly to about 4:30 on this snap. Leading 33-21. A score here would put it out of reach. Kirkland empties the backfield. He keeps it himself. Piling off the right side. He drags it into the end zone. Did he get there? Is he down at the 1? They're going to put him at the 1. He got spun as he got to the goal line. As the last man that made contact with him was Rashad Wanham.
He wanted that touchdown.
He's going to get it. They're going to bring in an extra tight end as Ryan Saunders will come on. So they'll have 2 big tight ends. They've got 245 and 235 in between 265.
If you turn and pitch it to Christensen, he walks in.
Kirkland says, I got this with the push forward.
He got it.
Did they get it? He does.
Lee
Lee Kirkland's in for the 6th. Touchdown Bears.
Just think, if you turn around and pitch that, he could have walked in.
Lee Kirkland says, I got this.
Yeah.
He's got about 550 pounds on his hips. So he'll take it on through. And it's 39-21 with 3:57 to go in the ball game. So now Austin Shuffler out for the extra point attempt. So Lee runs in his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season. He had one last week as well. Shuffler's extra point splits the uprights. 40-21. Bears most points they've scored this season. 3:57 to go here on homecoming. Back after this on the UPIKE Sports Network.
You've heard that the lawyer you choose does make a difference. Go to GaryCJohnson.com and see that our reputation and results have stood the test of time, and you will want to give us a call.
Ball kicked off. It's going to be fielded by Tyshawn Jordan. First time he's touched it in the return game today. And the Bears take care of business as he loses his lid on the backside of things. Quincy Clark making the stop.
There were 6 orange jerseys around him. That was the man they were looking for.
So the last 100-yard rushing game was Adrian Medeco. Had 122 yards last October against Bluefield up in the mountains. So here today, Amon Williams, 16 touches for 167, 45 on the longest. He's also got 2 tutties in the afternoon. Lee Kirkland, 52 yards on the ground and also a score. Kirkland's also thrown for 299 today. Jackson, pressure coming up the middle, rolls out right, and just gets chased out of bounds by Myson Livingston into the Bears side of things.
That was smart by Livingston. You just kind of shoved him a little bit.
Just put a hand up there. Don't try to make contact and draw 15. But more importantly thing is, he did not initiate contact. Jackson runs out of bounds. Clock continues to roll.
Right.
He was not forced out of bounds. He went out on his own accord. So inside of 3:30 on this snap by Jackson on a 3-down line for the Bears. Floats it down the middle. Ball's tipped and nearly taken away. In the middle was Caleb Anderson as he crawled up the ladder, and the freshman from Thomasville, Georgia, nearly had the 2nd interception of the day for the Bears defense.
Maybe the best defensive effort we've had on the season.
This was much needed. A team that was most had written off and was looking for its identity. And a statement win is what is on the table for this one if the Bears can close out the final 3:25, leading 40-21. 3rd down and 9. Bears send 3. Jackson steps up, rifles it across the middle. It's picked off. Brett Coleman gets the deflected ball from behind. He's got blockers out in front. Steps out of bounds in front of his bench. They let him keep going. He'll slide to a stop at the 25. But Brett Batman Coleman picks out his first pick this season, and the Bears are going to ice it out with 3:12 to go. And Taylor Jackson is down back near midfield as the athletic trainer from Reinhardt comes out to attend to the quarterback. Ball was deflected. I could not see who it was that got the fingertip on it. It was one of those linebackers who has been Moore and Anderson there in the middle. And on the back end, the safety of Brett Coleman flies in and picks it off. So the Bears will have it down at the Eagles' 25-yard line. I will tell you this right now, Charlie, and I'm saying this with a total breath of confidence. It should have been back here at about the 32 because Coleman stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, you're right.
He totally stepped out of bounds.
I'm glad to see him going off under his own power there.
He's had a rough afternoon.
Yeah.
They have kept him on the move all day long. Here today, 12 of 27, 146, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions. But this Reinhardt team coming in averaging 135 on the ground, 149 through the air. And the Bears just have pretty much had their way. 81 plays for 532 yards total offense. And now Lee Kirkland with a chance to salt out the final 3:12 here on a handoff to Williams. As Williams breaks free, comes near side. He's down to the 10. Amon Williams continues to add to his numbers. His 17th carry is going to take him over right at 180. And they'll put him at the 10-yard line and make it 1st and goal. So put him at 182 there on that last gain. And Amon Williams trying to close things out here on a great afternoon on homecoming. Kirkland claps for it, gives it to Williams. Williams bouncing it to the right side. He's going to get wrestled down off the far side edge by Jeremiah Rowe. 2nd down and goal.
We'll mark him at the 6, maybe the 7.
And we'll get a timeout requested.
2-minute
No,
timeout.
my mistake.
Not the 2-minute
Not
warning.
the 2-minute warning, the 2-minute timeout. 40-21. We'll conclude it when we return after this on the UPIKE Sports Network.
Don't let
Achieve your dreams at the University of Pikeville.
2 minutes to go in the ball game. 40-21. Bears are about to pick up an impressive win as they're going to give Reinhardt its first conference loss since 2015, and the Bears picking up their first win in 7 tries all time between these two teams. Here's Tyrese Christensen. Cuts back off the right edge into the middle. Lee Kirkland says it's at the 1. It'll be 3rd and goal. I was waiting to see Amon Williams to be shoved back in the ball game. He's got 2 rushing touchdowns. He's standing right next to Coach Phipps. Somebody needs to buzz down there and tell him to get him back in because he could tie the record for most scores in a game by a single player, and now Reinhardt will burn a touchdown. Stay tuned with us after the game for the post-game show. We'll check all the scoring and stats in this one. Talk with head coach Corey Phipps and get the Bears ready to head off to Grayson next Saturday night, 7 o'clock kickoff against KCU. Chance to move to 2-0 and Charlie, you look at the way this season started, 3 of the 4 losses by a total of 11 points. A really ugly loss to Cumberland's.
Yes.
And it just, everything that day was just odd. But it takes, all of a sudden, one win in conference almost negates those 4 losses altogether.
Well, yeah, we felt like both the 3 losses we had, we felt like we were ready to win, and we had the chance.
2 of the 3 were just snatched away.
Yeah.
So 3rd and goal, ball's at the 1. Tyrese Christensen staying in the ball game. So he'll start in the left pocket of Kirkland on an offset pistol. Soto in the slot near side, along with Jordan Williams and Brandon Newton. 3rd and goal. Eagles loading the line. The take to give to Christensen, and he has stood up at the 2. The most important thing is the clock would continue to roll, but Reinhardt just used his final timeout.
I guess that's just practice for when it's going to count, maybe. Because I don't think in a minute 21 you're going to score 19 points.
No.
It'd be very impressive if you did. Or somebody did really something stupid, one or the other.
It would take, that would almost take a something as impressive as Reggie Miller scoring 10 points in about 9 seconds in the NBA game against the Knicks when he turned and looked at Spike Lee and gave him the choke sign.
Hobo McCoy, right, Rick? Yep.
So they do move the ball back to the 2. So it'll be 4th and goal from the 2 for the Bears. UPIKE 1 of 3 on 4th down conversions today. Now here's the question. You step back and take a knee. Turn it over. Ball game's over. They're not going to. It's an option.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
I know that Coach Phipps and Coach Miller have a very good relationship, mutual. We'll see how things play out here on this play. Kirkland going to run it himself, trying to push the pile. He's going to fall into the end zone on the near side for 6. Touchdown, UPIKE. Lee Kirkland's 2nd rushing touchdown of the afternoon. That gives him 4 rushing touchdowns on the season. 46-21. Bears rolling here on homecoming.
So a big win here for the Bears today. There's no chance of a comeback at this point.
No, that will send the few fans that's still left hanging out here in the stands headed toward their cars.
Especially the ones from Reinhardt.
Those left a few hours ago. Shuffler's extra point attempt is blocked. They're going to try to return this. It's going to be knocked down. Blocking it was Emmanuel Olatane, a defensive end. So the 2nd block today by the Reinhardt special team unit. 1:15 to go, 46-21. We'll go ahead and stay right here. So last season, 68 points scored against St. Andrews, 42 against Point. Oh, okay, they got an offside, so they're going to re-kick the point. 42 against Point, 51 against Bluefield, 49 against KCU. And then that first game was the loss against Reinhardt, 41-35 in double overtime. So most points scored since the win over St. Andrews last year in that 68-0 rout. So Shuffler will try it again. High snap, ball is down, and drives that one through and makes it 47-21. So the Bears are going to go to 1-4 on the season, but most importantly, Charlie, 1-0 in AAC play.
Yeah.
And again, not to look ahead or anything, but you have to like the way things look ahead with the conference schedule, knowing the bear of the conference was right there at the beginning, and you got it.
You know, like I said, we've said before, I think these are the two most talented teams in the conference. Whether or not they'll be the best at the end of the season is yet to be determined. But, you know, things look good for the Bears to get this big win going in to the rest of the conference season.
Looking at Reinhardt.
It'll be good looking at the schedule like with this year, watching, making sure we don't lose and don't have to hope for Reinhardt to lose again, you know?
Yeah, so Reinhardt next week will be at home versus Point, then a bye week, then St. Andrews. Then they close things out at Bluefield, at home against KCU on the 9th, and then at Union on the 16th. Squib kick near side. Fielded by Tyrus McKee. And a big hit there by Clayton Hutto. How many times have we called his number today?
A bunch. He's been a staple out there on the defensive side.
So 1:11 to go. And I think if you give out a helmet sticker today, you stick one on every single member of the special teams and the defense.
Yeah,
Take nothing away from the offense, but the defense and special teams have stolen the show today.
Yeah, the offense, this is a typical day for the offense, but, you know.
It's raining bottles.
Yeah.
New quarterback out there, Stephen Craig, wants to rifle it across the middle. He's got his man there. That's Tyshawn Jordan on the post route. Brett Coleman makes the stop. And then they'll get the stoppage there as Coleman's helmet slid off. And he'll have to come to the sideline there for one play. So Joe Alvarez will replace him in that safety position. So a happy homecoming for the Bears. Another pass near side, completed as Hutto suplexes Tyshawn Jordan. Stephen Craig, he's got a live arm. We saw him early in the game on a couple of plays. Really rifling it out there. Wants to throw again, pressure coming off the edge, steps up looking left. Now he's going to pull it down and run. There's the penalty marker. Ben Tate just looked back at the official, and as soon as he threw it, he pointed toward him and said, "Thank you." He's still standing back there with a white hat.
Yep.
He was held all the way off the edge, which is why he did not get there, and Craig was able to get loose, and he just turned and pointed toward the official as the penalty marker was coming.
Just sit there waiting and said, "Come on back, boys. I'm here waiting on you."
And now we're going to get an additional 15 on the backside of it as right as big number 72, Jaden Calhoun, was walking past our white hat. He's going to add him 15 more to it for an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
Yeah.
Just keep on walking backward. And this is where, at this point, if you're James Miller, you got to tell your offense, stick a knee on this thing and let's get out of here. Last thing you want to do is have something happen that gets an unsportsmanlike conduct on a player twice and you lose him for next week. So now this drives it all the way back on the Eagles side of things, and they'll put it at the 40-yard line. So they go from the Bears 39 back to the Eagles 40. Second down and an Uber ride. So I'm on Williams, 8th most rushing yards in school history and the most since 2015. Pretty good afternoon for the redshirt freshman. Craig rolling out, looking near side, tries to go up top, and it goes through the fingertips of Tyon Williams, incomplete, and brings up third down and long. Marker to gain is down at the 20, tell if it's a 22 or the 23. Looks like the 22. A lot of fresh bodies out there. Near side again, comes to Williams. He'll make the grab, step out of bounds. Making the hit there from behind was Donovan Jackson. So 4th down coming up as the ball's down to the 45 of the Bears. Jackson stands in the pocket, looks across the far side, has his man there as Tyus McKee. McKee makes the catch, turns back downfield in the seam, and it's going to come up short at 35 with 7 seconds to go. The Bears will put it in victory formation and call it a win here on homecoming.
It's good for them to be able to take the victory formation to claim the win, I think.
Yeah, especially with the way this game started off. 73 yards on the first play from scrimmage, and you're like, oh, gosh, what's going on here? We had a couple of turnover on downs after the Bears' first drive stalled out, and then the defense stood tall all the way through. The Bears score going into the half. They trailed at 7-6, and then the offense came to play in the third quarter, and they came up big as the Bears are going to pick up their first win this season. And more importantly, they'll start conference play at 1-0. So Kirkland will take a knee. Final seconds will tick off as the clock strikes zeros, and the UPIKE Bears go to 1-4 on the season as Coach Corey Phipps picks up his 18th win, and the Bears, their first ever win over Reinhardt, here with a 47-21 victory here this afternoon at Hambly.